Hello everybody, my name is Manakyn, welcome to the stream. How are you all doing today? Hello everybody. Today, as you all know, today we will be playing a game called The Great Ace Attorney Chronicles. It's a Phoenix Wright game that takes place in the London in the 1850s, so obviously we will be talking very British today. How's it going, everybody? Oh man, I am so excited to play some Ace Attorney Chronicles with you guys. How's it going, Bowser Jr.? Edgy Poo. Kiyoma, hello. Hello, my good lads. How are you this wonderful afternoon? You were fully expecting me to be an Edgeworth cosplay. You know what? Maybe next time, or maybe for the finale of the stream of this game or something. What I understand is that this game takes place in London in 1851 during the Great Exhibition. Do you guys know the Great Exhibition? It was a kind of a turnaround. You laughed when the intro changed. Yeah, it was kind of like a big exhibition that, you know, was to display science and stuff like that. I don't know when Sherlock Holmes was written by Doyle, but I don't remember exactly when. But I do know that this character features a mockery of Sherlock Holmes named Sherlock Sholmes, so I'm really looking forward to meeting him. He's probably going to be my most standard Londoner. He's probably going to talk in my normal British accent, like this, or something like this. And to be honest, one of the main reasons why I wanted to play this game is because I wanted to practice my British accent. As you all know, that I've been working very hard on my British, but I'm still not particularly fluent in British English. I'm not fluent in British English. You guys know what I mean. Like, I stumble all the time, and I sometimes have to pause to think about how to pronounce certain words. For example, well, the word example. For example, the word example is a great example of that. Sometimes I pronounce it example, which is on the famed ask list. For those of you who don't know what the ask list is, it's a list of words in British English where the pronunciation is actually different from American English. For example, the word ask is pronounced ask in American English, but pronounced ask in British English. So those are words I get wrong all the time. Ask, laughter, example, grasp, clasp, calf, half, can't. Those are the words that I get wrong all the time. So if any of you are from the land of the Brits and you know these words and you hear me mispronounce them, please do correct me so I can learn as I go. Obviously, this is a learning experience for me. I've never actually done a true accent on stream. I've done lots of mockery accents like my Edgeworth accent. Oh, Phoenix Wright. But that was never really a true British accent, so it takes place around 1887 or 1927. I assume Chronicles takes place in the 1800s. Everyone has a British accent. So that was my Edgeworth accent, which was a bit of a mockery of British. So hopefully, as you can tell, I've been working very hard on my London accent. So, are you all ready to play some Ace Attorney Chronicles? Oh, so I do understand, for those of you who don't speak Japanese, that Ryunosuke Naruhodo, I've never spoken Japanese in a British accent. Ryunosuke Naruhodo is, for those of you who do not know, Phoenix Wright's Japanese name is Naruhodo. I don't know his first name. What's his first name? Let me check real quick. Phoenix Wright, Japanese name. Ryuichi Naruhodo. And Naruhodo means, well, it means I see or I understand. So Naruhodo is always going, Naruhodo, which means, oh, I see or I understand. I understand. Let me check that one. You will likely see me going on to the Cambridge Dictionary a lot. Understand. Stand, not stand. Okay, so understand. So you will likely see me going on to Cambridge Dictionary quite a bit, but yes, it literally means I understand. So for those of you who are, like stupid, they would say like, oh, Naruhodo. I'll go into Japanese for this one. Naruhodo. But yes, they'll likely go, oh, Naruhodo, which means, oh, I understand. So from what I understand, Ryunosuke Naruhodo is Phoenix Wright's ancestor, his great ancestor. So, I'm not sure what accent I should give him. I could give him my standard American accent, but I don't think this accent was created yet. Sure, bro. Sure, bro. I'm Ryunosuke Naruhodo. Yeah, how's it going, bro? That was my Phoenix Wright accent. I have no idea why he ended up being a surfer, but... Hello, Randy. Ace Attorney is back. A regular accent works. I know, he's from Japan, but I don't know if I want to give him this type of accent. A regular accent works. Oh, right. So we will see what happens, but let us play some Ace Attorney Chronicles. That was the wrong screen. Sorry about that. Alright, you should hear this. I have never opened this game. We're playing on the Switch. Loading, creating system save data. System save data saved. Capcom. This game supports an autosave feature. Please do not turn off the console whilst the icon is displayed at the top of the screen. I will be reading most things to practice my British accent. The Great Ace Attorney Chronicles. Pip pip cheerio. In preparation for the stream, I made myself a cup of tea. Cheerio. Pinky up. Oh, I apologize. Pinky up. Alright, well, I will have you all grading my British accent. If you all find that I'm pronouncing things incorrectly, please do let me know. Here we go. Select adventure. Special contents. Options. Oh. New game, I suppose. Or, oh. There's a second game, apparently. But Great Ace Attorney Adventures. You have your tea as well. Excellent, very British. This is not Britain.
The Empire of Japan. After opening its doors, a push for cultural transformation brought great waves of Western influence to this far eastern island nation. The revolution washed over the land, making life in the capital exciting and unsettling. It was a period of great change, and some was swept away by the tide.
Well, that is unfortunate.
But for one man, the turbulence of that era was just the beginning of an extraordinary story.
Wait, what? Well, oops. My bad, guys. My bad. I shot him. Nothing to see. The Adventure of the Great Departure. I like the typewriter. 22nd of November, 8:43 a.m. Supreme Court of I can't even pronounce that word in American English. How am I going to pronounce it in British? Defendant's Antechamber. Number 5. Your power went out. Welcome. This is the development of Japan. This is how Japan became a fornified. Hold on, the text needs to go faster. Gameplay. Reader. Hold on. Records. Music effects, voice. Gameplay. Vibration. Screen. Text skip off. Transparency, text box low. High? I think the transparency of the text box should be high so we can see more. Screen flashes on. Wait time. Is displayed in auto. Oh well. It's no big deal. Should I narrate in British or should I narrate in American? Oh, well, I suppose the narrator is Ryunosuke Naruhodo, so I'll use my standard American accent for this one. Okay. I still can't believe it. I still can't believe this is happening. How can it be that just beyond the doors of this quiet little chamber is the highest courtroom in Japan, waiting to decide my fate? Hello, sir.
What?
Oh, no, nothing.
Save your glares, murderer!
Well, it's over. I guess this is the end of the game. Sorry! Hey, how's it going? Entertaining? Oh, you're busy? Well, hopefully you can just, join, like, in the background or something and just listen along. That's why I like to read it out loud. My name is Ryunosuke Naruhodo.
Naruhodo! My name is Ryunosuke Naruhodo, shub!
I can't not see the main character of an Ace Attorney as a surfer any longer. I'm a second-year student at Imperial Yume University. "3 days ago, I found myself in the middle of a horrifying incident. And now, here I am, awaiting my trial."
Sha, dude! Sha, bro!
His family develops the accent. Phoenix Wright's ancestors were the first surfer. That's enough! That is the most Japanese student I have seen in my life. Is this Edgeworth's ancestor?
He's not obliged to listen to such abuse, officer.
And who are you?
I'm this man's lawyer. I'll be defending him today.
Lawyer?
Yes, and until the judge has given his verdict on the case, no one has the right to treat him as a criminal. So you will hold your tongue!
Technicalities. Look at you. You haven't even graduated yet. Oh, right, they're still students. Look at their uniform.
And yet,
I still seem to know better than you how a court officer
Oh! Oh, my boy! Oh, I love this man!
Oh. man, okay, forget Britain. We're staying here in Japan. Is this the new bromance? Ryunosuke and whoever this guy is. Around the 1870s at the earliest. I see. Wait, the Great Exhibition takes place in 1850s. I mean, flexible timelines. Right. Looks at the screen. Eyes sparkle. Bing! Ryunosuke. Oh, yes, of course. Sorry. Oh my, they are so in love. Oh my goodness. We already found, we found the ship. What are you apologizing to me for? Oh, no, I suppose that wasn't my fault. But really, Kazuma, I never meant to drag you into this. I'm sorry. There you go again, apologizing. Puts his hand on his cheek. That's so you, Ryunosuke. Ah, I ship it! Just like all. Oh, he's actually saying it. Though I must say, you've been all over the newspapers these past few days. Yume University professor murdered in cold blood by a student. But obviously, you didn't actually do it, did you? Of course not. You have to believe me. I didn't do it. I could never murder someone. No, I literally cannot. I literally cannot hold a knife. Watch something suddenly ruin the ship. Do not pull a Danganronpa 3 on me. Then there's nothing to worry about. Straighten yourself up. Hold your head up high. You mean... I believe you. I know you're innocent, Ryunosuke. The only thing you're guilty of is stealing my heart. I can't keep going. Kazuma Asogi, my best friend. Also his second year at Yume University. But he's far more clever than I. A star student, in fact. He's even a qualified Wait, are they allowed? That's not that impressive. The very concept of lawyers is only a few years old. Here in Japan, anyway. My qualifications don't mean much. Yet. You said the exact same thing 3 days ago. But I'm proud to have a friend like you, Kazuma. Truly. Pull an Ace Attorney on you and declare they're already taken. No! 3 days ago. Yes. That's when this all started. Congratulations! Oh, are they on a date? Oh. Toot-toot! The ship is sailing! Looks like you're going to get to study abroad at last. I know. I've been dreaming forever of this day. Finally, those government elites have acknowledged my academic achievements and my successes in court. So you'll be representing Japan as you immerse yourself in the most sophisticated legal system in the world! I think the most sophisticated legal system at the time was Germany. I don't know for sure. I'm really happy for you. And proud as your friend. There's not a soul in university that doesn't know Kazuma's name. Kazuma's name. He's a living legend. It's like there's some mysterious aura billing around his temple. I want to bring about change on our own legal system. That's why I have to cross the ocean and see the real thing with my own eyes. The heart of the British Empire. I wish I could see it too. Then come with me. Okay, I just want to say, as a straight man, I have never been more gay in my life. Oh my god! We'll have a wild time tearing up the streets of Her Majesty's City of London together. If only it were that simple. Oh dear. Look at the time. I better be going. That's a sentence of all time. Alright, I'll see you later. Think I'll stay and enjoy this place a while longer. Good idea. After all, it's not every day you get to visit a high-class Western restaurant like this. See you in English class tomorrow, then. Oh, see you in English class tomorrow, then. Partner. I was straight after. Wait, no. It was straight after that. That's what. I'm so sorry. I know he's about to kill someone. I'm sorry, I can't. I need more tea. It was straight after that. That's when it happened. Asoki, may I have a word? Oh! Wait, no, no, get off, old man, get off the screen. Who was... Professor, I didn't know you were coming.
Well, this case has personal significance to me. But never mind that for now. Soki, you should immediately go to the judge's chambers.
To His Excellency's chambers? Why?
He was looking for you before. You advocating for the defense in this trial was a sudden decision. It seems there may be...
I'm gonna give him this guy more Japanese.
Seems there may be some confusion about procedures today as a result.
Who is this man? It feels as though I've seen him at the university before.
I see. I'll go at once then.
I shall accompany. No.
All right.
Are they both taken? No! This is the worst day of my life. All right then, Ryunosuke. I'll see you in the courtroom. You called it. Yes. Oh, right, Ryunosuke. I'll see you in the courtroom. Yeah. Thanks, Kazuma. Who was that? No, but really, who was that? Hold on. Can we see the court record? This is awkward.
If I may.
Yes, sorry.
You must be the defendant, Ryunosuke Naruhodo.
Ka? Yes, that's right.
My name is Eugene Mikotoba. I'm a professor of forensic medicine at the Yume University.
Her name is clearly question mark. Ah, Professor Mikotoba. I've heard that name from Kazuma before. Hey, how's it going, Rainbow? Is your favorite Ace Attorney game? Well, I hope you can keep me in the background or just hang out. As I recall, he's been pushing to get the government to agree to Kazuma studying abroad.
Asogi told me about you. You and he, nakama. Yes. As such, I feel you know.
No, what?
Well, as you've no doubt heard, Asogi has granted permission to go study Great Britain. However, if he failed to defend you in today's trial, I am afraid that permission will be revoked, never grant again.
What?
As I suspect, though, you are unaware of this. I had feeling Asogi may not have chose to tell you.
He agreed to defend me? Knowing that if he fails, his dreams will be shattered? I don't understand. Why would the government do such a thing?
Administration have to choose from large number of applicants for overseas study. Very difficult to persuade them to grant permission, even in most favorable circumstance.
I don't believe it. But I didn't do it, I swear! I'm not a murderer!
I'm sure true, nevertheless. I can assure you that proving your innocence is no easy task. You see, there are certain
sir? Peculiar?
Yes, about today's trial.
You'll do your best? Okay, I'll see you soon. Sorry, what do you mean?
You soon understand. Once proceed get underway.
But then what should I do?
Well, naturally, I'm not going to suggest anything that could lead to conviction.
Right, so...
As soon as trial start, judge will pose certain question to defense. When that happen, you must answer before anyone else. You must say, I do.
I'm sorry. I still have the ship in my head. I do? But what will the question be? Surely not. Oh, okay. Do you accept the accusations brought before you?
Of course not. Defendant! Court is about to begin. See the courtroom at once. Why does this guy have a slight southern accent? This is Japan in the 1850s. It would be surreptitious to discussions. It would seem our surreptitious discussions are cut to short.
Okay, so I gave him a slight Japanese accent, but clearly this guy knows English. Like, I don't know any modern Japanese man who would say surreptitious or peculiarities. Like, okay, so this guy is, I mean, I guess he's a university professor, so I guess he would.
So allow me to summarize. Kazuma Asogi must not be the defense lawyer in this trial.
So I'm gonna tone down his Japanese a little bit.
Of course, as the defendant, final decision is yours. And what are you waiting for?
I cannot make this guy Southern.
You want to be found guilty for failing to appear? Get moving! There's no point anyone advocating for the likes of you anyway.
This is it. If this trial goes badly, Kazuma's dreams of studying abroad are over. And what's more, I'll be found guilty of murder. And so, with absolutely no idea of what lay ahead, I embarked on that unforgettable trial. My one and only chance of proving my innocence. The trial that would decide my destiny. Quit being so anime. 22nd of November, 9 a.m. Supreme Court of Judicature, courtroom number 2. Oh my god, look at him. Bro, your eyes, chill, man. He's so doomed. So this is a courtroom. The Supreme Court of Judicature. How do you pronounce that word? Cambridge. I am doing this for normal English. Judicature. Hold on. I need to make sure I get this. Judicature.
Judicature. Judicature.
Judicature. All right, I got it. Hopefully. There we go. We're back. No court in the land has more power. I don't much like the look of those people sitting in the public gallery. Lots of military and other uniforms there. The powers that be have demanded that this be a secret trial. A secret trial? A trial that's closed to ordinary members of the public. Only military and government officials may attend. What? But why? It'll become clear in time. But for now... You need to concentrate, Ryunosuke. It's about to begin. No! 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 That is not frickin' Winston Payne's... Oh. The usual... Oh, no.
The court will now hear the trial of Ryunosuke Naruhodo.
The prosecution is ready, Your Excellence! No! Ouch. His name is Ouchie! Ah! This is the worst day of my life. His name is Ouch. I hate it. I hate it here.
As is the defense. Before we begin, there is one point of order I would like to confirm. Yesterday evening, defense made a last-minute request for change of advocate.
That's correct, Your Excellency. I made the request myself.
Normal procedure is for the defense advocacy to be decided 2 days prior to the trial. As this is an unusual circumstance, I am obliged to ask for final confirmation now. Who advocates for the defendant in this trial?
Oh, this is where we say I do. Like, I advocate for myself. This is it. This must be the question. Who's going to defend me? That's the question the professor meant. But then, if I say I do... I need to answer quickly. What should I do? We can't let Kazuma risk his career for us. But is that the same thing as not believing in him? I mean, I could say I do and still believe. I don't know. It's zooming in closer and closer to the judge. I don't know. I want to believe in Kazuma, but at the same time, I don't want him to risk his entire career just because of me. We are so close to the judge's face right now. How's it going, Meep? I can't let him do it to himself.
Your Excellency, no confirmation is needed. As I'm standing here beside the defendant, I hope it's clear.
But have some more confidence. It doesn't matter, it's the same both ways.
What is the meaning of this unruly outburst?
I would like to inform the court that, Ryunosuke Naruhodo will be defending myself!
You'll be... What? What are you playing at, Ryunosuke?
Professor Mikotoba told me everything. Just now, before the trial.
He did what?
He said that your dreams of studying abroad would be dashed if you were to lose.
How sad.
It means you... No! That's not what I meant at all, Kazuma! No! This is what I was afraid of!
It means you don't have faith in me. You think I won't be able to get you off.
No, it's not that really. It's just that... well, on the off chance that things don't go well for me, I couldn't bear to be the reason that you...
Yes. I knew that's how you'd feel.
Which is why exactly why I decided not to tell you. Professor Mikotoba shouldn't have stuck his nose in.
Very well. The court hereby recognizes the defendant's desire to advocate for himself in today's trial.
You know what they say, right? If you defend yourself, your client is a fool.
Wow! Does the accused admit defeat already? Renouncing his old counsel? Really?
Make no mistake, counsel. This merely shows that the defendant's innocence is so apparent, he's confident he can speak for himself. Isn't that so, Naruhodo-san? Yes! Yes, exactly! Exactly what I wasn't thinking. I'm not confident at all. Hey, there's the classic Phoenix Wright sweat face! Hey, my boy! I also like the new 3D models, I'm just saying. 2D sprites are great, but 3D models are great too. That's pretty close to the voice. I hope all my voices live up to par.
I realize you're in charge now, but still, try not to look so
Just a question. Is he allowed to carry a sword in the courtroom? What the frick, Kazuma? Just casually... Can you imagine if you walked into today's courtroom and you're just carrying a katana? You just chalked it up to being Japan. 1800. You know what? That is true. 1800s. Nobody cares. In, you know, the 1800s, people walked around with guns.
Huh. Well, for a mere university student to be brought to the Supreme Court, you must have perpetrated a most heinous crime indeed.
As you're no doubt aware, This is the Supreme Court of of Judy in Japan. According to the very highest standards of conduct are expected from all present. Do I make myself clear, Defendant Naruhodo?
Yes, Your Excellency.
It is therefore my duty to assess your competence for the task you have undertaken.
My competence? What is that? Oh my god, he is me. Hey, he doesn't know English. I don't know English.
He's questioning your ability to do the job. My god.
Well, he can't be questioning it more than I am.
So let's start with the simplest of questions.
Oh, yes, sir.
Kindly state before the court the name of the victim in this case.
Oh, crap. I don't know. Some dude, right? Some dude. Some dude. Yes, some dude. Well, that's easy enough. I've heard more times than I'd care to remember. But wait. I'm so nervous. I can't even remember that. What was it again?
Ryunosuke. Let me guess. Your mind's gone blank, huh?
You know me so well.
All the relevant information in this case can be found in the court record.
But I can't even find that.
It's simple. You can access the court record with a press of the R button.
He's talking to us. R.
If you ever find you've forgotten something, just consult that. It's all there.
I just have to press R for the court record? Alright, there's no time to lose. It's not working. What the frick? What? Oh, I'm pressing L. Naruhodo doesn't know left from right. I don't know left from right.
The list of evidence you've collected. Now try switching to people instead with R.
Wait, I want to see the evidence, though.
You'll find the details of the victim here. You'll find details about the victim in here. When you're done, just press B to go back.
Wait, where's the cute girl? Like, Kazuma is... Oh, when I'm reading, like, information, I'll try to practice my British. Kazuma Asogi. A second year at the Imperial Yume University. He's my best friend. Oh, no, this is, Naruhodo. He's my best friend, and despite being a student, a qualified defense lawyer as well. Yujin Mikotoba. A medical professor at the Imperial Yume University. Taketsuchi Aochi. Taketsuchi. Is that a pun? Taketsuchi Aochi. Taketsuki. Chi. Not sure. I understand Aochi, though. You've met a surprising number of adults who don't know left from right. John H. Wilson. He's an English dude. Oh, that's why this case is so important. It's a foreign affair. And knowing Japan at this time. Okay, so for those of you who don't know, Japan around this time, I don't know about the flexible timeline of the Ace Attorney series, but around this time, there was a lot of pressure from Britain in Japan. So if they found out that a British visitor was murdered, that's even worse. He's a visiting professor. If they found out that a visiting professor, a person who was coming there to represent Britain, was that's a big deal. That is a really big deal. Okay, so I understand now. So remember, everything to do with the current case can be found in the court record. Now, you better not keep His Excellency waiting any longer.
Go on. Find the victim in the people section of the court record. Press X to present.
Can I present? Kazuma Asogi?
Yes!
The victim was none other than Kazuma Asogi.
Objection! Oh? Then why is that pompous-looking boy with the billowing headband standing next to you? Huh?
Oops, doesn't do that justice. Not content with having killed Dr. Wilson, you're now claiming my murder as well. I haven't killed anyone! Then concentrate and actually read the court. Why am I friends with this guy?
I must say, you are not instilling the court with much confidence here.
Quickly, give him the correct answer before he turns his gavel on you. Find the victim in the people section of the court record. Was it John H. Wilson?
Yes!
The victim's name was Dr. John H. Oh, the victim's name was Dr. John H. Wilson.
Well, at least go remember the name of an esteemed member of your own university.
Dr. Wilson was a visiting professor from England. Invited to Yume University three years ago. Oh, he's been here for a little bit, huh? Or did he just recently arrive? Was he, like, invited 3 years ago but just came? I don't know.
Indeed, which is the reason why this case has such profound implications. The British Empire is at present our country's most valuable foreign ally.
Pretty soon it'll be Germany. Just saying. Watch out, fictional Japan.
And as most of you will be aware, we have just signed a new treaty together after lengthy negotiations.
There can't be anyone who hasn't heard of the Anglo-Japanese Treaty. The Anglo-Japanese Treaty of Friendship and Navigation.
And yet, despite these delicate circumstances, the blood of an Englishman has been spilt on our soil. You two are both undergraduates at the Imperial University, are you not?
He's so samurai.
Murdering professor from the very institution that provides your education. Have you no honor?
But I didn't do it.
This case is under great scrutiny from our allies on the other side of the world. The court therefore wishes a speedy resolution to this matter.
Huh. In other words, our feeble government is scared of upsetting England's policymakers. And you're a convenient and expendable scapegoat to blame for this crime. So that's why this trial has unusual peculiarities. Exactly. Our government needs to convict someone as quickly as possible. All because the victim was an Englishman. Yeah, foreign affairs aren't... Let's say there's a lot of political pressure going on right now. I mean, in general, too. Yes, Dr. Wilson was an Englishman. But nationalities and treaties won't make any difference for me here. The fact is, I was there at the scene of the crime. Wasn't he holding the gun? Oh dear. Look at the time. I better be going. Alright, I'll see you later. I think I'll stay and enjoy this place a little bit longer. Good idea. It's not every day you get to visit a high-class Western restaurant. See you in English class tomorrow, partner. Oh, they take English, right. Of course they do. That's why they speak American. Do you know what I've just realized? I've never heard a Japanese accented British English. Alright, so let's say the British Empire. The British Empire. How? Wow, it's incredible to think. I can't do it. I've never heard Japanese accented British English. Wait. I've seen that man at university. I'm sure he's a visiting professor from Great Britain. I don't know his name, but still, I should go over and say hello. I can imagine his English is really bad. Hello! I Ryunosuke Naruhodo. I am learn from you. So I went over to the professor's table. Hello. And introduced myself to Dr. Wilson.
Now then, let me pose my next question to you, Defendant Naruhodo.
Yes, Your Excellency.
How did this professor of medicine, Dr. John H. Wilson, lose his life?
Good question. Oh, post-mortem report. Excellent. Examine. Victim. Male British. Time of death. 19th of November. It's today the 22nd, I think, right? Shortly after 2 p.m. Single bullet. Fire. Well, that sucks because he was holding a gun. No exit wound. Fatal hemorrhaging from pectoral ballistic trauma. Alright, pectoral ballistic trauma, no exit wound, which means the bullet was in his chest somewhere. Pectoral ballistic trauma implies it might have been his heart. How good are forensics? Okay, how good are the forensics of this era? So, for example, if he died of a heart attack, and then someone shot him after, would they be able to tell the difference? That's an interesting question. That's actually a really interesting question. Since you said the 1800s, I don't know, man.
Stayed before the court the cause of death.
The cause of death. Well, obviously, that was,
Ryunosuke. In court, every assertion must be backed by evidence.
By evidence? But how?
Find the piece of evidence that shows the professor's cause of death. Select present. Do it now!
X?
Yes!
Yes! We gotta raise our hand, like Ryunosuke. Well... Look at him. Oh crap, I know how to read. According to this document, the victim suffered a hemorrhagic death due to gunshot trauma.
Learn to read, you imbecile! That's the post-mortem report.
I'm sorry, I am dumb. Sorry, yes, that's right. The post-mortem report, yes.
In the West, a doctor dissects corpses to identify the cause of death in an autopsy.
Oh, they don't have autopsies yet.
But here in Japan, the police officer merely inspects the body and draws
Okay, so they're not as developed in, like, forensic science yet. I'm trying to think. What do they know? Do they know fingerprints? What about, like, blood types? I don't know my timeline of these types of sciences, so... DNA? They probably have no idea what DNA is. Oh, I see! As long as I'm not going to be tested on any of this later.
This is a so-called photographic print of the scene. You can clearly discern scorch marks around the bullet hole produced by a powder explosion. In other words, we should assume the victim was shot at close range.
Okay, close range. Wait, go back.
Thank you, counsel. Court will accept this modern scientific...
Oh, Wait, pictures are their very first piece of evidence right now. Photographic print. He was shot from the front. So that's a photographic print. Well, that's something I've never seen before. Okay, so let's take a look at this. Okay, let's see what we got. Magnifying glass, nice. Let's see here. So he was wearing a coat and then a vest and then looks like a tie, but that also looks like his nose. I'm not sure. He was slumped over like this, sitting like this. Okay, he was sitting this way. Wait, he's clearly sitting down right now. Okay, let's think about this carefully. This implies... Okay, so this has a few implications already. He was shot in the front, and they show him sitting. If he was shot in the front, that means he was facing the shooter, right? Which means either... Okay, let's think of it this way. He could have stood up and then somebody sat him down. But, okay, right now this picture doesn't show an unaltered scene of the crime, right? This has clearly been altered because he's sitting facing away from the table and nobody does that, right? Which means somehow this scene has been altered already. Which means he could have stood up and got shot and then they sat him down later. Or he could have been facing his steak. Oh my god, that steak looks delicious. I'm hungry now, and I want a steak, but steak is really expensive. Frickin' god dang it. Or he could have been facing his shooter, and which means his shooter could have been his dining partner. Or someone standing behind the dining partner. But it was shot at close range. If he was shot at close range, it's highly likely that either he was shot standing up, or he was shot by the person dining with him. Which means we'll have to consult Naruhodo's memories to see if he remembers someone sitting next to him. Right? If the guy sitting across the table from him was like a, oh, I'm gonna kill you guy. Like, if the guy sitting across from him was suspicious, then that could be a possible lead we can follow. Of course, there's also a possibility that he just stood up and got shot. So I don't know. So that's a photographic print. That's something I've never seen before. It's clearly superior to a drawing. The detail's incredible.
Very well. I am satisfied with your answers. Let us start the trial.
Hold on. So, let's examine this. No, not that. Alright, so examine. Just as the founding fathers intended. How's it going, Slip? Okay, so he was shot. Okay, so we know he was shot. Was that the actual cause of death? All we know is that the policeman saw a bullet. But he doesn't know if the policeman, maybe he could have died from a heart attack. Maybe he was eating healthy and steak is fatty and then clogged up his cholesterol. Maybe. Look at me thinking. What was that?
I'm a bird! Certainly, Your Excellency. So, without further ado, it's punishment!
That was a reflex, I'm sorry.
In order to better appraise the court with the facts of the case, the prosecution hereby calls the first witness, who was there at the scene of the crime when it happened.
Sadly, there's no certain dumb detective in this game, and it hits me right in the sack. Oh, there's no gumshoe? This is it then?
I think we may have worked out... I think I may have worked out what the professor had in mind.
The professor? You mean Dr. Mikotoba?
Yes. Clearly you're the defense lawyer today, not me. But that doesn't mean... Well, I can still act as your assistant. Of course!
When he was speaking to me before, he simply said, Kazuma Asogi must not be the defense lawyer in this trial.
He really has been sticking his oar in it, hasn't he?
Maybe, but any help you can give would greatly be appreciated, Kazuma. You could say we are the gumshoe. There's no Japanese gumshoe equivalent.
Well, my first piece of advice, rein in that crazy look of bewilderment and control the cold sweats.
Only if you rein in the crazy headband. How is his headband flapping? They're indoors. It looks like a shampoo commercial.
L'Oreal, because I'm worth it.
The waiter.
Witness! State your name and occupation for the court, if you please.
I noticed that they all have armbands, which is, once again, very Japanese. Yeah. Is this guy British or Japanese? Well, his name is Hosonaga, so Satoru. He's definitely Japanese. I'll give him my failed attempt of Japanese British.
Of course. Of course. My name is Satoru Hosonaga. I am the head waiter at a restaurant, a Western-style restaurant called La Carnival.
Oh, what the? Bro, you okay? Bro, this early COVID, man.
Are you alright? You seem to be coughing up some... It's a regular
It's a regular... Bro, you need to get that checked out.
Well, it really should.
Everyone knows the capital's southeastern corridor was developed for foreign visitors some years ago. It's become a very fashionable district now, full of hotels to accommodate overseas guests.
Gumshoe is one of a kind, I agree.
The grim crime occurred in one of the district's so-called restaurants, an Occidental eatery 3 days ago.
Understood? Hosonaga-san, if you would kindly tell the court everything you learned about the incident. At once, sir.
And no petty interjections from the aspiring lawyer boy, please.
Yeah. Perspiring, maybe, but God. Come on, control that sweat, Ryunosuke.
It was just after 2 p.m. on a day in question. We have few diners on that time of day. Lunchtime rush was over, and there were only 3 tables left still occupied. That fits in with my memory, too. There's hardly anyone else in the place.
But, buddy, you need... This guy shouldn't be tested. We need to take this guy to a doctor. What the frick?
It was when I was in the kitchen putting away crockery and cutlery. A gunshot rang out. I hurried to the dining area to see what had happened. I find the victim, English gentleman, slumped in his chair. I stand immediately beside him, gun in hand, was the accused university student.
Yes! Hold on! Let me just clarify something here. While I did pick up a gun if I found lying... You picked up the gun?! I thought he just had the gun with him. I thought he was just carrying a gun, and they're like, that's the gun. And they didn't know anything about ballistic... He picked up a hot gun? You idiot. I didn't shoot him!
Objection!
That's not incriminating. You called it? Well, he's an idiot. What more can we expect from him now?
I believe I asked you to refrain from petty interjections.
He's an idiot.
The court wishes to listen to the witness's report of what he saw, you amateur.
Did you notice that the judge has like 7 beards? Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Next time you interrupt in an inappropriate time, you will be penalized, Defendant Naruhodo.
Don't worry, Ryunosuke. You'll have your chance to fight back. For now, we must just quietly listen to the witness. Oh.
If I may confirm one point, waiter. Standing beside the victim with the gun in his hand was the same man we see here in court today?
Yes, without a question.
I see. And apart from the accused, was there anyone else standing beside the victim?
Was there anyone sitting beside the sitting?
No. There was no one else around that table but the deceased Englishman and the university student.
Huh? Wait, what did he just say? There was no one else around that table?
What's the matter, Ryunosuke?
That's not right! When I went over to Dr. Wilson to say hello... Oh! I knew... Oh! Well, it couldn't have been the woman. It couldn't have been the woman because she... Ryunosuke, did you not introduce yourself to the beautiful lady? Come on, Ryunosuke. Be a gentleman. Hello. Hello, young lady. My name is Ryunosuke. You might have shot the professor, but I'll take the heat for you. Don't worry, girl. Wink.
Really?
And that's not something the waiter could have missed. I've been warned about interjecting, but still, what should I do? I mean, we should wait until the cross-examination, right? I barely know her. I've seen her once. I know her enough. I desperately want to say something, but I was told not to interject.
Ryunosuke,
If your parents tell you to study, you're the kind of man who would diligently get to work, aren't you? I suppose I am. I'd never have gotten into Yume University otherwise. But you can't just always follow the rules in life, you know. If you don't say what you want to say right now, you'll seriously regret it when you're found guilty. All right, you've scared me. I won't forget that piece of advice in a hurry. And there is something I want to say. I'm just gonna shut my eyes and say it.
Yes!
Just a moment, please! Dr. Wilson wasn't alone that day! I'm sure of it. There was a lady, a very beautiful, pretty, adorable, kind, gentle lady, who was sitting with him at the same table!
Objection!
Dear me, what are we going to do with you? With your blatant disregard for court proceedings, I'm beginning to wonder if you're not a fraud! Could it be that an accused, this mere student, is not a real lawyer after all?
But I'm sure of what I saw.
Osanaga-san, is there any chance you're mistaken? Perhaps your memory of events is hazy.
Oh, dots. He had to think for a second.
No. The deceased gentleman came to dine alone.
Okay. It's one thing to say he might have forgotten about the person sitting there. It's another thing to say that the person spent the entire time by himself. First of all, only losers dine alone. I have just insulted myself like hell. Because I enjoy going out and eating by myself a lot. I don't believe it.
I actually have a rough plan of the restaurant as it was that day. Please have a look if you like to.
Okay, so entrance and kitchen. I think...
Let me a sketch of the establishment's layout drawn by yourself, I presume. That's right. I'm afraid I used the back of my business card. It was a turbulent situation. However, as you see, gentleman in question was seated alone.
Okay, so let's see what we got here. I'll wait until I can use the magnifying glass.
Well, you're clearly a very conscientious waiter. Thank you, sir. Court will take this plan and add it to the court record as evidence. Oh, wait, is there a problem? Hand the plan to the court officer at once. Of course, here you are. What was that about? He's being completely calm and collected until now. Something certainly seems to have shaken. Are you okay? You okay, buddy? Waiter's business card. We'll wait here a little bit longer. You good? Okay. You all right? All right. Hey, you.
So, the court has now heard a
Priestess?
priestess of the case.
Hold on. Okay, magnifying glass. Alright, so here's the entrance. This is where the doctor was sitting. I believe someone was sitting right here. But... Alright. Wait, hold on. Why did he not want to give it to this to us? Study it carefully. Hold on, I'm trying to... Okay, so this is really hard because there's faint Japanese right here. There's very faint Japanese, but it's very complicated Japanese characters, and it's also backwards. So I'm trying to see if I can read what his business card says. Come on, flip. Just flip the card over. Flip the card over. No? Ah, well, whatever. We should investigate that later if we have a chance. Oh shoot, I already found that out. I mean, it's his business card, right? I'm trying to figure out what it says. Like, just flip it over. Flip it over. Right? He was clearly hesitant about something, and it doesn't look like it's on this side. Maybe it's on the other side.
The court has now heard a priestess of the case.
Yes, the moment the gunshot was heard at the restaurant. The only person in close proximity to the victim was the defendant on trial today. It would seem we are looking at a black and white case here. Defendant Naruhodo!
Yes, Your Excellency?
If you admit that your guilt at this stage, your court is willing to look merciful upon you.
In other words, you may have some small reprieve in terms of your inevitable punishment. I called this waiter as an unsworn...
Are they allowed to be unsworn?
in order to explain the details of the case. But I must warn the defense, if you are determined to pursue matters further in this trial. The prosecution has decisive evidence from sworn witnesses who were present at the scene of the crime.
Oh. What do you think I should do, Kazuma?
What do you mean?
Well, I'm gonna be found guilty one way or another, it seems. Have some confidence, idiot. He is literally Phoenix Wright's ancestor, huh? Wouldn't it be sensible to plead guilty at this stage and hope for a more lenient sentence? Okay, I'm gonna be really honest. Do you know how Japan... Okay, in modern day Japan, they have a very, 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 very high conviction rate. And one of the reasons for that is, well, the Japanese legal system is... Let's say, I call it the fair but unfair system. In order to move things along very fast, they often try to coerce people to pleading guilty. This is very true of, like, foreigners who commit crimes. Very often they'll say, hey, plead guilty and we won't punish you, but we will have you guilty on record. And that's actually a very powerful statement because it allows the Japanese legal system to essentially set whatever precedent they want, which is a bit scary. So let's say, you know, people say a lot of good things about Japan. Not everything is perfect. So this is kind of reminding me of, you know, they're trying to coerce him, like, okay, we'll lighten your sentence, but you have to say that you're guilty. And it's like that type of coercion is pretty common even in modern day. So I wonder what it was like in the 18th century, 19th century. Are you dumb? Everyone keeps telling me this trial is unusual, about peculiarities. You said it. Miko Toba said it. And so is the judge and the prosecution. I'm scared of what lies ahead if I push this.
This is why I'm on top, Ryunosuke. As I said from the outset, I believe you're innocent. I trust you. And yet, despite knowing that, you're willing now to throw that trust back in my face. Is that it?
Kazuma definitely knows about that. You think so? What?
If the accused is in fact innocent.
I mean, let's be real here. Guilty until proven innocent is actually a very recent, is actually a very recent invention. Generally, throughout all of history, it's been guilty by assumption. And let's just say, you know, and proof of that right now is, what, you know, I talk about it sometimes, Twitter mobs that go after anyone once any form of criticism have been said by them, right? I think, you know, looking at social media is a very great way of seeing how us as a kind of a unregulated society might act. How, like, we act on instinct rather than on, like, rules, right? We can obviously say innocent until proven guilty, but, you know, laws aren't the same thing as instinct, right? Instinctually, people like to assume guilt first because it's much safer, right? If a lion comes near you, you're going to assume that it's trying to eat you because you don't want to die, right? It's the same idea. That it's a survival instinct that we have, but it's not particularly well adapted for modern society. So,
if the defendant is innocent, then the defense lawyer is duty-bound to prove that innocence by whatever means necessary. Are you just gonna abandon that duty? Are you gonna give up on yourself? Or are you gonna give up on me, who believes in you? The battle hasn't even begun yet, Ryunosuke. The defense pleads not guilty, Your Excellency.
he's so cool! Ah!
We invite the prosecution to bring out its witnesses. and to stop making empty threats. Then we'll see just how decisive this evidence really is!
Okay, forget shipping Ryunosuke and Kazuma. I love this man. Is he Edgeworth's descendant? Because he's acting just like Edgeworth. Yeah, and on the Manakyn channel, you always get extra dialogue. There's always DLC here.
Indeed. Prosecutor Ouchie, please continue with the proceedings.
Well, you were warned. The young can be so reckless. You know, many call me a saint, but I can be a devil.
Literally who? Literally who?
In a few short moments from now, that dumbstruck young mouth of yours will be silenced forever.
Wait, you'll execute... Wait, silenced forever? Wait, hold on. Is the punishment execution? That's pretty intense. I mean, I'm going to be real. Edgeworth, but if his defense attorney was like... Yeah, that's true, right? I guess Edgeworth comes from a long line of defense attorneys, and then he just happened to become a prosecutor.
Very well. Officer, bring forth the witnesses at once.
I can be your angle or your devil. What the frick is that guy? Or Mia maybe, I'm not sure.
Witnesses, state your name and occupations for the court.
Yes, sir. The great Nippon Imperial Army Sergeant. Yes, sir, no, sir. Report.
His name is Yes Sir, No Sir.
Yes, sir. The great Nippon Imperial Army Sergeant. Yes, sir, no, sir. Reporting for duty, sir.
Myself, I find employment as a purveyor of fine articles of antiquity from the efflorescence of our nation, Nippon.
For those of you who don't know, Nippon is Japan.
And conduct my trade from Rasute, a humble premises in the 2nd District. CHEERIO correct.
No. No. This is not happening. CHEERIO Collector.
At your service.
An antique dealer and a soldier. What an unusual pair.
Wait. Now that I realize it, are they allowed to have two witnesses on the stand at once?
Both of these gentlemen were present at the restaurant on the day in question.
Are we cross-examining both of them at the same time? Huh. I mean, I guess this is in the modern-day court system, so... What are the puns? Yes, sir, no, sir, and CHEERIO Collector. And I hate it here.
They must be the diners at the other table the waiter mentioned.
Myself, I habitually take the most exquisite aroma at the establishment in question. Always post noon. And not infrequently, converse with interested parties regarding the curios which I make my business.
I can't understand a word the old man is saying.
He's an antique dealer. Sounds like he's a regular at Le Carnival.
You love it?
He seeks out potential customers who may have an interest in antiques and tries to sell his wares to them. He obviously targets Le Carnival because it's a high-class restaurant with rich clientele.
Right, I see. Though, to be honest, that sergeant looks more like he'd be a seller rather than a buyer.
If you both witnessed the precise moment of this atrocious incident, is that correct?
Affirmative, sir! The enemy unit was seeking attack the foreigner. Was seen attacking the foreigner in what only can be described as an act of war, sir. It was that black uniformed rogue infantry over there who unloaded his firearms, sir.
This man's impossible to understand as the other. But I'm almost sure I heard a strange noise during that last thing he said. So, wait, what? What noise? So, this is the decisive evidence the prosecution was threatening. The soldier's claiming that he actually saw the precise moment you shot the victim. Yeah. You missed the name puns when you... Ah! I hate it! Well, are you starting to feel uncomfortable? If I'm honest, I was feeling uncomfortable from the start.
The court will hear your formal testimony, please. You will state everything you saw at the precise moment of the incident.
Yes, sir! Was that a baby? Did you guys... I thought I heard a baby. What? Whatever. Sorry. Standing by, ready to report, sir!
Unsavory memories of a most acerbic afternoon.
What the witnesses saw.
I was ingesting a regulation beef steak at the restaurant while having a tactical discussion with the old man, sir.
Wait, you were talking to him?
Myself, I was extolling the virtues of particularly fine golden CHEERIO to the military gentleman.
At the precise moment, a firearm was discharged.
Oh, there's something weird going on about the audio here. I thought I heard like a squeak or something.
A firearm was discharged. I observed the enemy's actions with my own eyes, sir. The black uniformed varsity cadet fired on the English civilian. And from the back,
Object.
I was on my hands and knees investigating the whereabouts of my...
Huh? You were on your hands and knees investigating the whereabouts
of my mysteriously absconded precious CHEERIO.
Okay. So this guy saw him get shot from the back, even though he was shot from the front. Obviously, they're giving us a little softball right here. But this guy was on his hands and knees. What? I kind of want to ask about that one, honestly.
Well, so you, Sergeant Noza, actually witnessed the vital moment. You saw the split second when the defendant fired the weapon at the victim. Yes, sir. Affirmative, sir. That wicked cadet, university cadet, sir. What? Whoa, he's got a knife. What the frick, man? That wicked university cadet, sir! The cruel and unforgivable enemy!
Yo, he's prepping to stab someone.
What times we live in, when an English gentleman may be assailed in broad daylight.
But this is ridiculous! I didn't shoot anyone! Is that really true, Ryunosuke? Yes! All I did was pick up the gun, I was lying on the floor! . After I said hello to Dr. Wilson, I went back to my table and sat drinking some coffee. And when I finished, I got up from my seat to leave the restaurant, when I noticed an English-made gun next to the chair where the professor was sitting. I thought perhaps the professor had dropped it, so I bent down, and just as I was picking it up, huh? Wait, so he picked up the gun before the shot? Which means there were two guns. There could only have been two guns. Well, if that's the truth, there was obviously a criminal on the scene somewhere. And somewhere in these two witnesses' testimonies, there's a clue as to who that criminal was. There is? If there are 3 guns instead of 2, there were actually 6 guns! Ryunosuke, you must exercise your right to cross-examine the witness. Cross-examine? Do it now!
As we have heard, Your Excellency, there is no room for doubt on the testimony of these witnesses. The defendant is clearly guilty. It is time to bring this despicable student to justice.
Certainly. The testimony the court has just heard eliminates any vestige of doubt. Therefore, it is my grave duty to declare the verdict of this trial. What in the name of the Emperor is the meaning of this outburst?
I'm the defense, the right of the cross-examination demanding.
Close enough.
Oh dear me. Let me guess. The Hachimaki headband boy next door told me to do it. How pathetic.
How did he know?
The prosecution objects. This is a clear waste of time. The defendant obviously has no experience.
That doesn't matter. We have a right. It doesn't matter if we don't know how to do it. We still have the right to do it. You can object all you want during the cross-examination, but we still have the right to do it.
Objection!
The defense is asserting its right.
My boy! Let's go, Kazuma!
Whether or not you think he's capable is irrelevant.
God dang it.
Kazuma is so cool.
Very well. Let the defense conduct a cross-examination of the witness.
All right. This is where the battle really begins, Ryunosuke. But I don't even know what I have to do in a cross-examination. Isn't it obvious? You have to expose the lies in the witness's statements. How? Ryunosuke is slowly becoming more and more whiny. You didn't fire the gun, which means that what that soldier said had to be a lie. Well, yes, or he could be misremembering something. And it's just a case of proving it. And the key to doing that is evidence. Right, evidence. All you need to do is present some decisive and indisputable evidence that proves the witness is lying. Too bad you don't have some sort of magical lie detector that allows you to see the locks to people's hearts. Now, let's go, Ryunosuke. Don't let them beat you. That was the most pathetic slam. Man. Ryunosuke, what is it? Kazuma's slam was like, BAM! And Ryunosuke's slam was like... The attitude of Edgeworth and the voice of Godot. Cross-examination. what the witnesses saw.
I was ingesting a regulated beefsteak at the restaurant while having a tactical discussion with the old man, sir.
I actually want to ask him about the steak. How was the steak cooked?
Yes.
Why aren't you saying anything? Is there some new interrogation technique?
I hadn't actually thought about what I wanted to ask him how his steak was cooked. If he's not a medium rare guy, then he's obviously the killer. Off topic. Someone released a roguelike Pokemon? I'll have to check it out maybe for one of our one-offs.
Just ask him about anything that catches your attention. Anything that bothers you.
Alright then,
This beefsteak you mentioned.
what kind of food is that? Really? Wait, do they not have steak? They have cows in Japan? Do they not have cows in Japan yet?
Attention! Beefsteak is a delicious cut of veal.
Wait. Beef is not veal. Yo, is homie okay over there? He's shaking. You prefer to have mythic cooked meat.
Cooked on a cast iron grill and served piping hot.
Oh.
If food could receive medals of honor, beefsteak would be almost as highly decorated as a cutlet.
Cutlets are delicious.
Right, I see. Thank you, sir.
So, next question?
This cutlet you mentioned.
You're Japanese, Ryunosuke. You're... Okay. Veal is from Cav, so not entirely wrong. Just a little bit wrong.
Attention! Cutlet is a delicious cut of veal, tossed in breadcrumbs and deep fried in cooking oil.
It is very delicious. Well, not veal. It could just be normal beef.
Accept your guilty verdict, atone for your crimes, and when you're released from prison, try it. Yes, sir. I will, sir. On the double, sir.
Wait.
Sorry to interrupt, but how about trying to stick to questions that are relevant to the case?
Oh, sorry. I'll do my best. So, next question. Is it just me, or do you keep hearing a sort of wah crying?
Negative, sir.
Well, at least he's learned. We learned he's a big beef lover.
Affirmative.
It's not easy knowing what questions to ask. Prime presser. I got a medal. Hold on, let me go back. Okay, this cross he's wearing, I thought that was part of his military uniform, right? But could it be that he's carrying a baby? Is that like a baby carrier? Is this guy carrying a baby? Okay. You observe the enemy's actions with your own eyes. The black uniformed cadet fired on the English civilian. Cowardly little weasel. Press him.
Yes.
So this black uniformed university cadet, you're saying that was,
I've had just about enough of your sauce, cadet. Who else do you see in, around here in a black uniform?
Have you noticed there's a guy standing right next to me? Well, there's someone.
It was you little weasel. You unload the firearm on that man from behind his back. And you call yourself a citizen of the great empire of Nippon! You disgust me.
That Huh?
What is it, Ryunosuke?
I'm not quite sure, but something the sergeant just said, but I can't put my finger on it. Something's playing on my mind.
In that case, check back over the details of the evidence you've gathered. And if you find an inconsistency with what the witness just said, then don't hold back. Present the evidence to the court. Thrust it in the witness's face and make him choke on it.
You could be a little bit less vulgar. Mana predicting lines right before they're said. Hey, Phoenix Wright, we are back, baby. Oh. Alright. Let's see if we can find something. Examine. Single bullet wound from pectoral ballistic trauma. No exit wound. Or we can show the picture. I think we show the picture.
Yes.
What? No objection? Objection, man. Homie, you okay? You've been shivering the whole time.
What are you playing at, cadet? What is the meaning of this insubordination? Thrusting some photographic print into my mustache?
Inconsistencies, sir. I mean, yes. Man, Ryunosuke needs to work on his slams. They're like...
What nonsense. What can this print possibly tell us we don't already know?
Well, obviously, that, I know what I want to say, but the words won't come out of my mouth.
I think this proves beyond any doubt, Your Excellency. There is no place for an amateur student here in this grand courtroom.
It's so frustrating.
Now that's a slam. Oh, please. Surely this doesn't require an explanation. Couldn't be more plain. To spell it out would be an insult to the court.
He's so cool! Cosma, what?
What are you talking about?
It's apparent from the single glance at a photographic print presented by the defense. There's a clear discrepancy there with the sergeant's statement.
What?
Sergeant, yes or no, sir? Yes, sir. What, sir? The statement you made was this. The black uniformed varsity cadet fired on the English civilian from the back. The cowardly little weasel. Yes, sir! Affirmative, sir! I witnessed the crime with my own military-grade eyes, sir!
Yes.
But no, that can't be!
And why not, cadet?
Because...
Take a close look at this print. The victim, Dr. Wilson, died from a bullet wound to the chest. Sergeant, According to your witness statement, the culprit shot the victim from behind. And that obvious discrepancy here? Well, how do you explain it? Oh, baby! 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 What the, what was... Something just popped out from behind his back, but he pushed it down. Certainly. There's a clear discrepancy with the facts here. Would you not agree, Sergeant? Yes, sir, at this juncture. That would appear to be indisputable. Hey! Until the moment I heard the fire, baby, the firearm discharge, my eyes were, firmly fixed on the delicious carnival steak, sir.
What?
The last testimony the court heard has proven one thing beyond all reasonable doubt. This witness, Sergeant Yasunosa, did not see the defendant firing a gun at all.
That's absurd!
I think the conclusion we must draw is simple. There's no place for an amateur prosecutor in this grand court. Oh! My boy! Yo! Ah! There he is! There he is! There's the baby! There's been a complete turnabout in the mood of this trial. Just from one discrepancy.
Who brings a baby to the court? He is trying, man. He is a dad, and he is working hard. He's letting he works really hard in the army, and he just wants to spend a day with his son. But he was called into court. And he said, "I'm having this daddy-son time, no matter what."
So this is what being an ace attorney is all about. Hey! but I definitely saw him. That university cadet right there. He was pointing the firearm directly at the victim's back.
Yes. Which means he didn't fire it.
But I never fired the gun. All I did was pick it off from the floor. And you, old man, you didn't see the moment the victim was shot.
Myself, I have already been quite clear. The gunshot interested me not. I was far too busy on the floor.
Why? Too busy on the floor? Sorry, but what were you doing?
Hunting for
What? Treasure.
Indeed, the Hoe Eric Koban.
Wait, crap, I missed something.
My prized coin! On each occasion when I visit that restaurant, it is my habitude to place in my bosom pocket a particular trinket of interest from my shop, Rasute.
In the hope of meeting a rich diner who might like to buy it from you.
On the day under scrutiny, it was the military man that I proffed my Hoe treasure. I believe that he would purchase such a rare find. I did not. But I was pressed with little alternative. And then, averting my eyes for the briefest of moments, it was there no more! It simply vanished! The Koban! Vanished? Hunting around under the table, I was in case it mayhaps fallen there, and then it happened.
You heard the gunshot, you mean?
Indeed I did, but I heeded it not, for I was only concerned with finding my absconded Hoei treasure. Nothing could distract me!
Out of interest, did you find the coin in the end?
No.
Oh, he lost his coin. Apparently it's valuable. I see.
That lamentable day, the precious Hoei Koban was lost to me. No doubt, some unscrupulous scoundrel pocketed the
Oh, Mr. Nosa. Oh, look at the way he's looking at him. And Mr. Nosa was all like, I don't know what you're talking about. Oh, what's with those dots, Mr. Nosa?
As I'm sure everyone who's present is aware, this case demands a swift and decisive resolution. Our government has promised to send a full report to Great Britain by telegraph this very afternoon.
Nevertheless, the witness testimony in the court has just heard was inconclusive. No matter how subservient our government feels, it must be to the British. It would be unforgivable to declare a verdict on this trial right now.
What is your position, Prosecutor Ouchie?
Worry not, Your Excellency. The defendant may have fled a tiger at the gate, but he'll find a wolf at the back.
I like wolves.
My witnesses have further testimony to make.
Explain!
Upon hearing their next statements, it will become abundantly clear that there is only one person who could have committed this despicable crime. The equally despicable defendant, Ryunosuke Naruhodo!
What? He really seems to have a despicable opinion of you, doesn't he? Oh.
Very well. The court invites the witnesses to testify again. You will thoroughly explain your reasoning behind the prosecution's allegations. Is that clear?
As clear as CHEERIO glass, Your Excellency.
Yes, sir. At once, sir. Awaiting signal to testify, sir. Baby, sir.
Excuse me, but there's something or someone peeking out over your shoulder.
Affirmative. The newest member of the Nosa family to rise up the ranks. Name, sir. Ido.
Ido Nosa. This is a horrible game. Why am I playing this game? My tea has gone cold. It would seem those straps are the sign of the sergeant being too strapped to afford a nanny.
Ido, attention!
Hey, look, a pinwheel.
Oh, look at him! Your father is about to quell the enemy. Watch and learn, my boy.
Look at the baby! Look at the baby!
Even now, even if what I saw wasn't the precise moment the firearm discharge, it's almost the same thing.
Yes, pointing his gun at the foreign man he was. That young lad in black. That much I did see.
Furthermore, a visual search of the premises at the time confirmed that we were the only personnel present.
Wait, so they didn't see the woman either?
Indeed, alone he was. The English...
Huh? 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 Okay, so Ryunosuke is the only one who saw the woman? So either they all have a reason for lying, which is probably because they're simps. Not me though. I couldn't be a simp. Or Ryunosuke is insane.
Therefore, no one other than the black uniform cadet could have dispatched the Englishman. Over and out. These testimonies are certain.
Wait, that's nonsense. The victim, Dr. Wilson, he wasn't alone at all.
Please, enough of these outbursts already.
But there was a woman. There was a young woman. She was very attractive, and I told her I would take the fall for. I mean, what? You must have seen her. Everyone there must have seen her.
If you call yourself a lawyer, then you will respect the rules of the court and speak accordingly. We're not here to listen to your fantasies.
Oh.
It's evident beyond reasonable doubt that the victim was alone at the time of the incident. Prosecution has photographic evidence.
Is this a photographic print of the scene of the crime, Counsel?
Indeed. Of the table at which the victim was dining. Taken by an investigator immediately after the incident.
But they flipped him around, though.
As can plainly be seen, there is only one place set.
Certainly. Based on the
Wait, let's hold on. Is that consistent? I think it's reasonably consistent. Let me see. All right, fine, fair enough. Okay, I think we're.
It would be reasonable to conclude that the victim was not in the company of anyone else.
This doesn't make any sense.
The court will add this new photographic evidence to the record.
Okay, bottle of carbonated water and a steak lunch. I don't understand. What's going on here? It's just not possible. There's no way I could forget such a beautiful girl who looks kind and gentle and definitely wouldn't kill anyone. Oh, God, I wish I could marry her.
The waiter before said the same thing. He maintains that Dr. Wilson came to the restaurant alone.
But that's not true. I saw her. I swear that a woman was with him. Wasn't there a vase? Or a vase? Hold on. I mean, you kind of see the vase here at the very corner right here. There's a vase right here. And then right here, there's a vase here. That's Mana. I told you, we downloaded the Mana DLC.
It would seem that we'll be able to telegraph the report to Great Britain on time after all. The witness testimonies we've just heard leave no further room for doubt.
Okay, so clearly they're all lying, right? I believe if one of them was misremembering, but all of them saying that, it's not a coincidence. They're all clearly intentionally lying. I'm trying to figure out why. Maybe it's because the woman is English, and so they don't want to convict an English woman?
These are very sensitive political times. We all know the ink is still fresh on the treaty with Great Britain. And to think that I, Taketsuchi Ouchi, will have contributed to the amity of these great empires. It's an honor.
It's okay, Ryunosuke. How can this be happening? The judge is ready to rule!
Stand tall, Ryunosuke. It's not over yet.
What?
If what you say is true, there's something going on behind the scenes here. Now's your chance to expose it. To draw out the truth in your cross-examinations.
I don't know, Kazuma.
The defense is entitled to cross-examine. Make it quick, understood?
Oh, Tisk. Rules can be so unbending at times.
Alright, let's see if we can figure out something. The true culprit. Even with what I said with the precise moment, the discharge, the fire, the moment, it was almost the same thing. Okay, so I'm going to take a quick snack break because for some reason I need to get some water because my tea is running cold. And then I will be right back. Hello, everybody. Ah, dang it, my hands are sticky. No flush this time. I was not going to the bathroom. I simply was getting hot water, and it took a little time to heat up, so I apologize. I'd also like to point out that I said this was going to be British accent training, and I haven't used my British accent once. But I guess once we get to Britain, we'll start using it a little bit more. Okay, even if I saw the precise moment. Pointing his gun at the foreign man he was, that young lad in black. That seems reasonable. Okay, let's press him on this one.
Yes!
You must have noticed someone else at Dr. Wilson's table. There was a lady there!
As you have been at pains to point out time and time again, I feel I'm growing a callus in my ear. And yet, no one else appears to have caught a glimpse of this woman.
Am I such a simp I'm imagining women now? Only there'd been more people dining there at the time. Someone else would have noticed. Unfortunately, it was already past 2 p.m. when it happened. A quiet time between lunch and dinner in any restaurant. I know. Of course, the place was almost empty. That's what you'd expect.
Certainly. 2 p.m. is neither here nor there in terms of time to eat. I wonder if there was a reason why the victim was eating at that time of day, and why he was alone.
Yes, Your Excellency. There was indeed a reason.
There was?
This was found in the victim's jacket pocket.
Ooh, more evidence.
What is that, Counsel?
It's a medical report card, Your Excellency. He failed. It would seem that the victim had an appointment at the clinic prior to visiting the restaurant.
Hot chocolate. No. No, please don't bring back Hottie. Ah, God.
There would indeed appear to be an entry for the date in question. 19th November, noon to past 1 p.m.
The very day of the incident.
So the victim went for a late lunch following his appointment. The explanation couldn't be more simple. Prosecution felt no need to submit this evidence before, as it has no bearing on the case.
Well, submit it. I wonder. What do you think, Ryunosuke? What? It's hard to see how that could be related. It doesn't matter. Submit it. Without anything we're losing anyway, so might as well. Remember, you can request for it to be entered to the court record as evidence if you think it could be useful. Should you ask? Yes! Yes! Ask!
Yes!
If I may, I'd like to ask for the medical report card to be submitted as evidence, Your Excellency.
On what grounds?
The
court has already heard conclusive witness testimony. Additional evidence would be extraneous. Not to mention the victim's movements prior to his arrival at the restaurant are of no concern.
Objection!
There's my boy. Whether or not they are our concern is up for us to decide. We have a right to explore all possible avenues.
I beg your pardon.
You have no authority to refuse a perfectly valid request for submission of evidence.
Very well. The court...
My boy, he is...
will grant the defense request.
But youngsters these days are forever asserting their rights. You and your freedom of speech and your freedom of press and your right to remain silent.
Officer, kindly add the victim's medical report to the court record. What we need right now is some new clues. We have to explore this thing from every possible angle, even if they don't seem relevant at first.
Right, I hear you.
You can conspire to prolong this trial as much as you like, but it's the day after the festival already for you. Or perhaps you've forgotten that these witness testimonies leave no room for doubt. Feel free to reiterate for the accused, Korekta-san. I'm cold.
Wait, no, not present, back. Wait, present? Okay, be careful not to hit actually present. I want to inspect this thing. How do we inspect? Inspect, back. Oh, right, I can look at the court record.
Less cold, more old. Greetings, Mystery Garish.
Okay, back. Wait, okay, oh, go back. Okay. How do we view the court record? Can we... A medical report card from Hata Clinic that was found in the victim's pocket. Can we see what it says? Just call you Mystery. Okay, Mystery. Can we see what it says? Examine? 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 Alright, well, let's, we might as well press for now. Let's just press everything.
Yes!
No, that's not the same thing at all! For a start, I didn't fire the gun! We have a difference of opinion on that. An opinion of an ununiformed officer versus that of a fledgling cadet. I don't think so.
Consider this, defendant. Just a moment ago, I blinked.
Did you?
Did you see it? Did you see me blink?
How could I?
And yet, it is an undeniable fact that I did. That is the most BS argument I have ever heard! Because it's not an undeniable fact that you blinked. You are literally saying, if you assume that you're guilty, then you must be guilty. It's like, no, that's not how law works. It happened, Source. Trust me, bro. Hey, Riven. So there you have it.
What?
Attention! The sound of firearm rang in my ears, and at the very next moment, I saw you waving the gun at the Englishman.
I think it says it all, don't you?
Okay, that's actually really relevant. Okay, so let's try to figure this out. Yesunosa says he saw me shoot him in the back. He didn't actually see me shoot him in the back. He assumed that I shot him in the back. You saw the examine. The problem is it's very subtle. I see. Examine? I can't examine the medical report card, unfortunately. I can only examine the pictures. Regardless, okay. You can't examine all yet. Ah, dang it. Oh, well. Anyway, what does it say? The medical report card was found in Hata Clinic that was found in his victim's pocket. Alright, anyway. Okay, so the dude says I shot him in the back because that's what he assumed. He was found like this, right? I was obviously not at his table, right? Which means maybe I was behind him, right? That's why he shot him in his back, which implies that he was facing the other way, right? Examine. Examine is A. Alright. It implies that he was facing towards the table, which means it must have been the woman who shot him. Which means we need to prove that the woman existed. If we can prove that the woman existed and we can find her, then we can marry her. Bring her to the court, and then we can have her fall in love, plead guilty. Okay, we got this. Okay. Your Honor. No, oh, that's the fifth. Okay, John Wilson. Okay, this guy. Mary, I don't know what you said. I heard nothing. Okay.
Let us not forget the antique dealer witnessed the accused in its most incriminating position as well. Isn't that so? Korekuta-san.
Hey, Rainbow.
I'm old.
Is this connected to Phoenix Wright? Yes, this is Phoenix Wright's, like, great-great-great-great-great-great grandfather or something.
Yes, he was pointing the gun at the foreign man. That young lad in black, that much I did see.
Yes!
It may be true that I was holding the gun at that point, but I've told you already. It's only because I picked it up.
Well, obviously, as the culprit, that's the only way you could explain it.
I just had finished drinking my coffee and was about to leave the restaurant when I noticed the gun on the floor at Dr. Wilson's feet, so I picked it up like the idiot I am. And at the exact moment, bang! A gunshot rang. Okay, how has Ryunosuke not put together that the woman is the one who did the shooting? Maybe he has, I don't know.
Full of events beyond our control, life is.
Sorry, what do you mean?
In your case, you found a pistol on the floor and picked it up, which precipitated this testing predicament. Whereas conversely, I failed to pick up the Koban off the floor and find myself in an equally testing predicament as a result.
Dots?
Anyway, the fact remains. Myself, I did see you, with pistol in hand standing over the foreigner.
Okay, furthermore, a visual search of the premises at the time confirmed we were the only personnel at present. And then he says this. Indeed, he was alone, the Englishman dining all by himself. Did we... I think we'll press this one. I think we pressed this one, right? I don't remember which one. I think we pressed this one, so we'll press this one.
Yes!
So you actually saw that with your own eyes. The eyes that you literally don't have. The victim, Dr. Wilson, dining alone.
My eyes are always closed.
He does, but he isn't sure how to prove her. Oh, fair enough. Are these the judge and the bailiff? No, these are two witnesses. In this game, you interview witnesses together.
That I did. Forgive me for the position I place you in. So the testimonies of the old man, soldier, and the waiter all agree on that point. Isn't that interesting? And let us not forget the incontestable evidence we have to support their statements as well.
Okay, we need to prove somehow they were not dining alone. Okay, that's what we need to prove. If we can prove they weren't dining alone. Unfortunately, there's only one setup here. So there needs to be some way.
As can be clearly seen, there is only a single beefsteak at the...
I mean, that doesn't mean that he was dining alone. Only one person could have been eating. No. The antiques dealer, the sergeant, the waiter who testified before. It's not impossible that they're all lying. But if so, then why? Of course they're going to be skeptical. Fair enough. If I'm perfectly honest, I have no idea. Alright, none other than the black uniformed cadet could have dispatched him.
Yes!
Why aren't you telling the truth? What are you saying, cadet? I clearly remember. She was cute. She was the love of my life. I definitely haven't said that to any other woman before. Perhaps one of you might not have noticed. But for both of you to have failed to see the professor's dining companion, it's just not possible. Oh, there. Oh. What is this react? What is this reaction? Okay. So we know. Okay, they're not just like misremembering. They're fibbing. They're clearly fibbing.
Unfortunately, it's not just a case of these two witnesses alone. The waiter, whose testimony the court heard earlier, clearly stated the same thing. He also said that the victim was alone.
That's right.
Precisely. In other words, you are the sole proponent of this phantom lady.
But I...
If such a woman were indeed present at the scene, prosecution demands to see the proof. And if no such proof exists, the prosecution demands no further mention of this phantom be made. It is a blatant waste of the court's time.
There's nothing I could say to that. Don't worry. I'll save you. Excellent work, Ryunosuke. We gleaned some new information now. Well, yes, but I don't feel like that changes much. I can't see that it brings any real discrepancies to light. I wouldn't be so sure. Let me see that medical report card you got before. You know, the one that you were trying to examine, but you were unable to examine because the game wouldn't let you examine it. Dang it, Cosmo, why are you so cool? Oh, you mean this? Yes. This is a brand new piece of evidence that you really should be examining. Why didn't you try to examine it? So perhaps we should examine it in a little more detail. How exactly? You'll notice that some pieces of evidence bear a magnifying glass. These are the ones you may examine. Some people get ahead of the progression of the story. Dang it, Ryunosuke, I'm the tutorial. Listen to me, okay? Don't skip the tutorial, it'll make me feel bad. Press A and you can take a closer look. Use R, 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 and R to rotate the evidence in all directions and examine it from all angles. By using L, 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 and L. Hey, Cosmo, are you okay? Don't worry. The mysterious man who's looking through the glass window can understand what I'm saying, even if you can't, Naruhodo. You can move the crosshairs. If the crosshairs start to pulsate, press A. So, partner, I think you should take a closer look at this medical report card. See if there isn't something to be learned. Alright, I'll see what I can do. I need to use R, 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 L, 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 and A. Alright, here we go. Medical report card, required for every visit. Oh, it's nice that they translate the Japanese. John Wilson. Alright, so this is the... Alright, so this is, says, name, John Wilson. Hata Clinic. Oh, it literally says down there. There's a seal of approval over here. Oh, what is this? I can press A? It says Hata Clinic on this medical report card. I hate clinics. Almost as much as I hate hospitals and surgeries. Aren't they all the same? When I was 5, I've caught the only cold I've ever had in my life. And I remember, even though I felt awful already, I had to have this hideous injection in my right arm. I'll never forget it. Never in my whole life. Most people would give their right arm to only have one cold their whole... I'm not sure if you guys know this, but there's a saying in Japan, or like a kind of like a stereotype. Only stupid people never get sick. So, Ryunosuke never gets sick, so put 2 and 2 together. Anyway, I don't think this is a clinic where they treat people for illnesses like that. Let's keep looking. We don't want to miss anything. He did get sick. So, when he was 5, he was smart. Alright, so we got that. Nothing here. The stamp? No, the stamp is just part of that, I think. Okay. Oh! Open up. Open up. What is this? Wait, hold on. Let's check this before we check the insides. Dentist! Dentist! It looks like the medical report card was first issued quite some time ago. It's probably a record of a long-term treatment. That's why. With a family doctor, I imagine. Well, I can't imagine going to a doctor. As long as I'm alive, I'm never consulting one. Well, if you were dead, there'd be no point, so... You don't like doctors, then. Wait, Phoenix did Phoenix did catch a cold. Why would you? They make you drink horrible tasting medicine. They give you painful injections. And then they demand lots of money from you for the privilege. Oh, when you're at your lowest ebb. You sound like a model patient. With a bad case of stubbornness, no less. For which the only cure is very bitter medicine indeed. Death? Alright, so we opened up. And check. Let's have a look. Some kind of medical history. Yeah, and there's an entry for the date the professor was killed. Extraction of molar with a topical anesthesia. Ouch, frickin'. Extraction of molar? You mean he had a tooth taken? I'm not sure you guys understand how painful pulling teeth is. It hurts, man. I mean, I've never actually had it personally, but I've seen the studies and the sciences. Like, you know, people think the tooth come out. No. They're like wedged and embedded in there, and there are lots of nerves connecting to it. You did last. Oh, I hope you're okay. It would seem so. Just before the incident, he had a bad tooth removed. Perhaps they used laughing gas. It's the most modern practice for the West in pain relief. Yeah, I've heard of this anesthesia. Although it's hard to believe anything that can actually stop you from feeling pain. I mean, it's called alcohol. Lots and lots of alcohol. There's a cautionary note from the medical practitioner as well. Strictly no beside. Hey, there it is. That's what we needed. Okay, really? Sounds like information worth bearing in mind. There we go. That's what we needed. With this new information, the meaning of one particular statement totally changes. I think it's time we listen to the testimony once again. Definitely! Before we do that... where is it? I also want to investigate this. A for examine. Yeah. Hey, there we go. Chief Inspector?
Well, that's unexpected. What is it? Look, you see the witness's name here? Satoru Hosonaga. Well, yeah, business cards do tend to show the person's name. That's sort of the point.
Are you stupid or something?
It's not the name that's unexpected. It's the job title.
Oh! Chief Inspector? Primary... He's a cop! He was an undercover cop! What on earth?
I have no idea. But let's face it, the police have a lot of power and influence. They're wielding it some...
Maybe he's the reason... You finally found what I was looking at earlier. Yay! Maybe he's the reason why these two guys are not saying anything, right? If he wanted to force them to hush up, I think they'd listen, right? All right, so it's not just the thing. Okay, but firmly discharged, pointing his gun. That much I see. Furthermore, there was confirmed dining all by himself. My man can't dine.
Yes.
Right? He was unsworn. He wasn't sworn in. So, yeah, that does make sense. Well, well, this is awkward.
What are you withering, lad? Call yourself a lawyer?
I wish I could, but first and foremost, here I'm the accused.
Ryunosuke. Everyone stumbles on their words occasionally. Under the circumstances, I wouldn't worry about it.
Thanks, darling. Kazuma. Look at Kazuma's smile when Ryunosuke called him darling. Hey, toot the ship. The ship is going full speed ahead. I could see it quite clearly in that cross-examination you just carried out. When you raised your hand straight up like that, so purposefully, you knew exactly what it was you wanted to say. Don't you feel like you had to choose your words? Don't feel like you have to choose your words carefully. Just say what you're thinking. All right. And thanks for the advice. Deep breath, deep breath. Korakuta-san! Correcta-san! This is a medical report.
I see. And I don't see. What of it, boy?
Comparing what is written on the report card with your witness statement. Ryunosuke's so unmanly with those desk slaps. Bop. Something clearly doesn't add up.
Objection!
Dear me. Have you forgotten my words so soon, you amateur?
Sorry, what?
You're not to interrupt court proceedings with your amateurish drivel.
But
Let's see if I can explain in words you might understand. It was after 2 p.m. in the afternoon when the victim was murdered at the restaurant.
Ouchie's objection.
Objection! Well, whatever he may or may not have done before that time is completely irrelevant.
Grrr! But that's... Remember, Ryunosuke, you don't have to use clever language or fancy words. Just make your point.
Your Excellency, I believe we're finished here. Surely there's no need to prolong this trial further. The witness testimonies the court has heard have been clear and concise. The medical report card has no bearing on the matter, for the simple reason that there is no one else besides this pale-faced pupil who could have perpetrated...
Now that was a manly slap! Oh, let's go! This medical report card has nothing to do with the case? Do you really believe that?
Huh? That outburst has petrified me, boy! Of course I believe it! How can it possibly be relevant?
Because Hata Clinic, which issued the report card, is a dental clinic.
Dental? Is that supposed to mean something to me?
Perhaps if I told you that the victim just had a tooth extracted.
What's this now?
And furthermore, if I told you that as a result, the victim had been forbidden from eating.
I'm sweating!
Just what are you trying to say, Cadet? He had orders not to eat. So what? It's all written up here. No food or drink other than water for 3 hours post-procedure while anesthesia wears off.
No, okay.
Correct-san!
What, boy, what?
As you just heard, when he was killed sometime shortly after 2 p.m., the victim couldn't have been eating anything at all.
Oh.
Additionally, there's more! Oh, there's more! You have assured the court with unwavering self-confidence that the victim was dining alone. But that cannot possibly be the case! Because the victim, as we now know, just had one of his teeth extracted and was experiencing the effects of the anesthetic! Expertly done, partner. There we go!
What is this nonsense? You little upstart. These are baseless accusations. Look at the photographic evidence! You can clearly see the plate of food.
I mean, that is going to prove that he was eating with someone.
Objection!
Use your head. That's the very discrepancy we're talking about. Or can't you follow the law? Oh, Kazuma, you don't have to do him so dirty. Oh.
How dare you!
I think it's fair to say that the tables in this restaurant have I hate him. I hate him. I hate him. You were my favorite. Why did you have to do this? Wouldn't you agree, Ryunosuke? Yes, most definitely. Even cool guys can make puns. I guess you could say the teeth and the tables and the turning.
So, having gone under dental surgery, the victim was unable to eat. Which leaves one very crucial conundrum. Who, in fact, was eating the pictured beefsteak?
Oh, my lady likes steak. Oh my, she is literally the perfect woman. She's the perfect woman. She likes steak and... Wow, I really have no conditions, don't I?
The court will hear the opinion of the defense on this new puzzle. I assume you're ready, counsel.
Oh, right. That means me. Doesn't it? All right. The answer to this question is going to be pivotal. This is the start of you turning this trial around. Show them what you're made of. Got it. So I... Person eating the steak must have been... Me! It can only have been someone else who was sitting at the professor's table.
Objection!
You will not let this go, will you? There's no such person!
Yes!
There was! Because I say so! When the incident occurred, we know that the victim couldn't have been eating anything. Yet we have evidence of a half-eaten steak on his table. Therefore, logic, baby.
Ah!
We have strong evidence to support our assertion. It's clear that these witness testimonies are unreliable. If the court decides to push through a ruling at this stage, I will kill you all. We will lodge a formal complaint with the Ministry of Justice and pursue a fair retrial. Relentlessly. He takes out his sword to make a threat. Just running around with a massive sword. Kazuma.
Are you insane? You would take on the government!
Don't worry, Counsel. I have no issues with you.
What do you mean?
I have issue with them. Those two witnesses in the stand.
What?
What nonsense are you talking about? Well, 3. The baby counts. Does the baby count? We have demonstrated with evidence that the victim was not alone. So if it turns out now that you two deliberately lied when giving your testimonies, obviously, you'll be charged with perjury. But in the modern court system, no one ever goes to court for perjury, so you'll be just fine. Perjury? And since this is a murder trial, you will also be deemed as complicit. Oh, okay. Kazuma's making the threat a little bit bigger. Bigger. Kazuma, big boy. You'll be charged with double perjury.
Complicit in murder.
No, you can take me, but not my baby. Take the baby. He's the guilty one. No, negative. It was Ido. He did it. He's the murderer. There was no mention of this at the tactical meeting. I was just following. Oh, you were just following orders. Who's in control here, the baby?
That's right. It's as the man says. Just say you never saw the gentlewoman. That's what they told us.
Oh. Ooh.
Oh.
What? What did you just say, Korekuta-san?
But no.
You were just following orders.
Now, hold on, lad. I was,
Say you never saw the gentlewoman. It was Ido! It was Ido! When you say gentlewoman, do you mean you saw the victim with a lady from overseas? Wait, why does gentlewoman mean overseas? What?
Objection!
what is the meaning of this? These witnesses gave false statements. Is this true, you pair?
Just one. One simple slip of the tongue.
Counsel, explain what's going on here.
It's painfully clear now. You tried to prevent these witnesses from telling the truth.
Absolutely not. The prosecution knows nothing of this.
Come on, Ryunosuke, where were those big slaps from previously? Then who's behind this? Who tried to keep your mouth shut? That's my mustache. That really hurt. So you're prepared to be tried as a conspirator to this murder, are you? You. This can't be happening. Ryunosuke. Judging from the way they're reacting to this, it's easy to accuse Ouchie. I mean, fair enough, right? If the prosecution is given bad testimony, they prosecute with that bad testimony too. I'd say they were sworn to silence by someone with considerable influence, like a cop. However, I don't believe Ouchie had any idea about it. What are you saying? I mean, to wield that kind of influence, there's only a handful of possibilities. It can only have been the government, the military, or the police. Any ideas who might be behind this? If we can affirm who tried to silence these witnesses, we can continue on our pursuit. We need a name. Whoever tried to make them keep their mouths shut. Of course, we'll need evidence before we make any firm accusations. Evidence that proves whether it was whoever it was really did wield their power here. But how can we possibly... Remember how we made progress before? Before? We examined this piece of evidence in more detail and found a clue as a result. Yeah, that's right. Well, it's not the only piece of evidence we have. We need to re-examine everything. Make sure there's nothing we missed. There's no time to lose.
I want answers! If it's proven that these witnesses have been manipulated, I assure you the penalty will be severe.
Please, wait, Your Excellency! I had no idea! I swear to every Shinto god! I know nothing!
And what does the defense have to say about this?
Well, Your Excellency, no time to think. I'm just gonna have to close my eyes and shout out the first name that comes in my head. Besides the prosecution, the only person with necessary influence is... Kasuma! Satoru.
Yes!
Surely that would be Satoru Hosonaga-san!
The waiter who took the stand earlier?
Objection!
Poppycock! What possible reason would the waiter have to make these witnesses give false testimony? A head waiter couldn't have that level of influence anyway!
For once, I would agree with you. If that is, the man truly was a waiter. Wait, that man truly were a waiter. Dang, this Japanese guy has better English than me.
If he truly were?
Come on, Ryunosuke. Time to hit this court with the truth. The truth about Satoru Hosonaga-san's real identity. With this evidence!
Yes!
The plan of the restaurant by the man in question. I agree, it shows a great deal of attention to detail, but I'm not sure we could conclude anything.
Sorry, Your Excellency. That's the back of the card. The back of the card. That's of interest.
I beg your pardon.
The front. Just say the front. Or perhaps I should have said the front? It's the front of the back of the... It's the front of the back of the... It's the front... It's the front. It's the front of the back of the car. It's the front. It's the front of the... It's the... Wait, no, that's wrong. That's wrong. It's the front of the card. It's the back of the card, or the front of the card. He's cross-eyed.
Would somebody please explain what this overexcited student is trying to say?
He's like, I'm such an idiot.
Osanaga-san sketched the plan of the restaurant on the reverse side of this business card. The front of the business card reveals that the man in question's profession, his true profession. The waiter's profession. But that's surely... Good gracious! That's right, Your Excellency. Card reads, Chief Inspector, Primary Criminal Investigation Division, Imperial Police Bureau.
What? The waiter is a detective?
Is he our gumshoe? Because if he is, he's kind of a jerk. He's kind of mean. He was protecting the British woman. She's British, right? I assume. Wait, why is gentle lady... I still haven't gotten my question answered. Why does gentle lady imply overseas? Does it mean all Japanese women are rough ladies?
I haven't heard any mention of this before.
The Imperial Police Bureau has immense power. Absolute power. As far as regular citizens are concerned. So witnesses there in the stand. Was it in fact the waiter who gave you your orders? Did you just make an oopsie? Was it he who told you not to mention that you seen the foreign gentlewoman at the scene? Overprocessing detected. Yeah, well,
I'm old.
Inspector Hosa... Why is the supervillain music playing? Hold. And I thought it was the... Okay.
I was worried something like this may happen. The moment you asked me to submit my sketch as evidence, I realized it was a possibility. The court will take this plan and add it to the court record. Is there a problem? Does this really need a flashback?
Yes, because we cannot expect that Manakyn is smart enough to remember. He tried to stop it. He did try to stop it. Yes, I remember now. He did act strangely when the judge asked him to hand over his business card.
I strive to carry out all investigation flawlessly. It's my guiding principle. But I let myself be distracted when I make that sketch. It was an unusually careless mistake.
So you mean to say you really are a detective?
I kind of feel bad for Ouchie, man. He's just doing his job, and he was given all this phony baloney evidence and testimony. But why would a detective be working as a restaurant waiter? Yeah, unlike Payne. Screw Payne.
I was working undercover.
Undercover?
Yes. There have been serious incidents at the restaurant recently. In order to investigate, I decided to get a job there as a waiter. Work undercover.
Incidents at the restaurant. What kind of incidents?
That would be classified police information. I'm not at liberty to divulge. However, I can state categorically that they are unrelated to case of homicide.
So there have been other problems in the restaurant? Okay. So maybe there were some incidents that led up to the person's murder? Interesting.
Very well, Inspector Osanaga, but you will elaborate on one point for the court. Of course, Your Excellency. We have just heard information from the two witnesses beside you. The time of the shooting, there was, in fact, another person present at the victim's table.
Right, Winston Payne, and then I think it was Gaspin Payne, or something like that.
If that is indeed true. Clearly you would also have been aware of this person's presence, having served at the table in question. However, your testimony did not allude to this other diner. I'm led to assume that in your professional capacity as a police officer, you required these witnesses to be in agreement. Would that be correct?
Also, why is he... Bro, okay. You a bitch, but you need to go see a doctor, okay?
Correct, Your Excellency.
Unbelievable!
Huh. As I suspected.
I knew everything from the start, because I'm really smart. What? Did he just shoot us? Oh, okay. It's just a flashback. It's just a flashback.
As soon as I heard a gunshot, I ran out of kitchen to see what happened. Victim sat slumped in chair. Beside him, gun in hand, stood the accused student. Sitting the opposite of the victim at the table was a young lady, who I assumed to be Englishwoman.
Why would he have drawn his gun in the middle of the... I don't know. Why does Kazuma have a freaking sword? The freaking CHEERIO collector was like brandishing a knife throughout his entire testimony. Clearly they don't care about weapons here. You'd let Hosonaga say, Simp!
I immediately sealed up the restaurant and reported the incident to the bureau. It was then I received some special order.
Special, you mean to say, yeah, to protect the woman because she is an English woman and we don't want another foreign affair to happen, which is kind of BS, honestly. They know, okay, let's be real here. If the government wanted him to hide the English woman, chances are they did that specifically because they knew she was a killer, right? There's no other reason to hide her identity, right? Which means they were literally willing to let Ryunosuke take the fall for this. They literally were willing to throw Ryunosuke in jail, 100% knowing that he was innocent. That is such... Man, can you have a bigger red flag to leave your country than that? Oh my god. That is... Is there a bigger red flag than to flee the country and go to Britain than that? Oh my freaking god. That is... oh. I'm actually, like, I'm legit, like, upset right now. Oh, man. You mean to say...
Remove English woman from the scene at once. I was made clear that English woman's presence at the restaurant was to be concealed.
You simp for Hosanaga. Hosanaga is an agent of the establishment.
Those were my order.
But what if the English woman was the killer?
I think it would be in everyone's best interest not to pursue that idea.
Hosanaga freaking knows. He knows. He knows. He is literally threatening us to not pursue the idea. I cannot believe this. I cannot. The entire government is willing to put Naruhodo in jail because he's a random Japanese dude with no relevant. Oh my god, this hurts, man. This hurts.
The Empire views friendly terms of the relationship with Britain more highly than anything at the moment. Englishman has been murdered on our soil. To name Englishwoman as primary suspect. Well, without irrefutable evidence, it would be completely out of question.
Well, we can get the irrefutable evidence. Like, we can... investigate. Just investigate. What? Are we seriously going to let a woman walk because she's British? I cannot believe this. Like I know I was like kind of like, you know, being silly, but like I legit cannot believe this. I mean, I know that Japan didn't look very highly on their, you know, their foreign times in the 1800s, but like, damn. The reasoning is a bit more, I mean, I bet it's way more complicated, but I still can't believe it. The end result still is they were willing to let a woman walk and throw Naruhodo under the bus just because he's some random dude. I mean, I'm perfectly sure that you're right, Mystery, that that the situation's more complicated. Foreign affairs, diplomatic immunities, something political, and whatever, right? But it's like, I cannot believe this. The biggest problem was he picked up the gun. Okay, you know what? Okay, he wasn't just some random dude. He was a random dude who was also really, really dumb. Okay, so you have a point there.
So that's the reason for the disappearance of the Phantom Woman in this case.
But it's not right! I mean, at this point, we have grounds to just declare a mistrial. Can't we? Can't we just declare a mistrial with prejudice and just end it here? Then again, no, Britain needs someone to go down. That's the problem. Right? We can't just say it was nobody. Or the person who was... who we thought was the suspect was found not guilty, so... You know, Ace Attorney doesn't do mistrials. I'd like to call for a mistrial. No. If he didn't pick up the gun, you know, I don't know for sure. I think if he didn't pick up the gun, they'd still try him. It'd just be way easier to prove his innocence. But I believe that they'd still probably try him.
One possibility does spring to mind.
What do you mean, Kazuma? No, plus you only get 3 days. That is very true. Yume University is currently hosting a number of exchange students from Great Britain. And I'm fairly certain that one of them, studying in the Medical Facilities Research Lab, is a young English woman. Oh? 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 Are you saying you can introduce me, Kazuma? What?
You're a shrewd man. I can see why you're the chosen candidate for an overseas study tour.
Oh, are the 2 hotties gonna go at it? I only said Hosanaga's a hottie for you guys. You mean...
When I removed the woman from the scene of the crime, I thought prudent to check identity first. And the court demands you name the lady in question at once, Inspector. English woman sitting at the university professor's table was a certain Miss Giselle Brett.
Giselle? Giselle Brett? Is that a pun? Brit? Jezel Brit? Genzel Brit? Jizzle Brit? Wait, is that a pun?
Was a table certain Miss Giselle Brett. She is indeed a foreign student, studying in the research and laboratory of Yume's University's medical faculty.
What is happening here? Wait, wasn't the victim? Wait, wasn't the victim a medical person? Yeah, he's a professor of medicine. So she might have been studying under John Wilson, maybe? Huh. So, which means she might have killed her own professor? I wonder why. Maybe... Oh, yeah, he's a medical professor, right? Her name is a Sherlock Holmes, right? I see. If... Maybe John Wilson was developing something, like some sort of medical science or some sort of technology, and she wanted to, I don't know, steal it and sell it. I hate that I thought of that. For those of you who don't know, the reason why I said that was because there was a actual at the university where I went to, there was a shooting that happened for the exact same reason. Some graduate student thought his professor was going to steal some research of his, and so he shot his professor. That's something that happened while I was going to school. So it's not something weird, you know, it's not as weird as you might think, even though it is kind of, yeah, out there, but but, you know, that's the only thing I can think of. I mean, maybe they got into an academic disagreement, but that's a little bit far-fetched, right? That she would shoot him over that. I think the only thing I can think of in the world of academia where someone might kill someone else is to steal some credit or steal some research or steal something. Or maybe John Wilson already stole some research and she was getting revenge. Anyway, motives.
I admit under orders from the police bureau, I erase all evidence of lady present at the scene.
I love how Yessa is still pushing down the baby.
I order these witnesses to make no mention of her in testimony. It must now be up to your excellency to decide how to deal with the situation. Very well. My thoughts on the matter are as follows. Thus far, The case presented by the court has been underpinned by a peculiarly critical premise. Namely, the victim was dining alone. However, as we now have discovered, this premise is false. It would be a desecration of our justice system to ignore the truth and give a ruling at this point.
Yeah, Hosonaga was following orders. I believe that. We don't know we don't know whose orders he was following, right? At a certain point, someone gave the order. So the question is, who was that? Right? I'm not sure they're going to elaborate on that. But I mean, maybe they're talking. Maybe they go to Britain to study law at some point in the game. So maybe they're trying to talk about the Japanese system being corrupt, and then they bring back the goods, and the goods is knowledge and a fair justice system.
Objection!
But Your Excellency, I worked so hard on this. It would mean missing the noon deadline of a ruling in order to send a telegraphic report to...
Oh, stop sucking Great Britain's fingers.
Our own government will surely be displeased by such actions.
Calm yourself, Counsel. I will not allow the government of our country or any other to influence the proceeding.
Man, can we just get a round of applause for Judge here? Man, Judge is a real one. Thank you, Judge.
Ah!
Inspector Hosonaga! Yes, sir. You will locate this Jezile Brett and escort her to the courtroom with utmost urgency. At once, Your Excellency.
You'll be going against the special orders that were given from the police!
As I said before, it is my guiding principle to carry out all investigations flawlessly.
So it is my guiding principle to carry out all investigations, except for this one, apparently. Except for this one, where there was clearly a woman, but he was like, nope, no woman, I don't know what you're talking about. But seriously, see a doctor.
Nothing will get in my way.
Oh, you don't get to make a cool pose now, okay? No, you've lost the privilege of being hot, okay? No.
Court will adjourn briefly. Prosecution must call the English student Jezile Brett to the witness stand. Do I make myself clear?
Yeah. Your Excellency!
Wow, he's really bowing it all out. He was following order. I don't care. My boy doesn't get to be hot after throwing Naruhodo under the proverbial bus. Or the rickshaw. Or whatever they use right now.
Good. We have 30-minute recess before reconvening. Later, losers. I'm going on the swings. Woohoo!
Who is this mysterious woman? Will Kazuma and Naruhodo ever fall in love? Find out next time. Yeah, thank you so much everyone for joining. That was super. I am so happy. I'm actually going to be streaming. For those of you who are new, I stream tomorrow, and I also stream Friday and Saturday. I'm on Pacific time. I'm from California, so yeah, I usually stream at 4 o'clock Pacific time. So feel free to join whenever you're you come. I'm going to cool a little bit on the extremity of the voices because I definitely found my voice straining a little bit here. But but yeah, I'm going to definitely continue to do the voices. Hopefully we get to UK in the next stream or maybe the following stream, so then we can start doing my British practice. You're so happy I'm playing this game. I'm so happy to be finally back to Phoenix Wright, man. So I can start like freaking being so pissed off at characters again. That's the one thing I freaking love about Phoenix Wright games is that I get to be super pissed off at the stupidity of these characters. That one face where Naruhodo did. That one face is great. Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday. Yes, thank you so much. You're playing a character from this game indeed. Oh, that's awesome. I assume you can't tell me because spoilers, but if you can, feel free to tell me. Or you could just tell me like, oh, they're the Herlock Sholmes guy. I wonder? Don't tell me. I wonder if Herlock Sholmes has a Watson. Watson's gonna be like. Wait, so Watson was a doctor, right? I think Watson was a medical doctor. It's Herlock, yeah! Herlock, yeah! I think Watson was a medical doctor, right? So who is Herlock Sholmes Watson? He'll be named Watterson. And you have a dice set? That's awesome. Man, I miss playing D&D. I used to play a lot of D&D. Unfortunately, like, the scheduling for my group of friends who played, has been more and more difficult as of lately. With me doing more voice acting, them, pursuing certain careers. So, man. But I hope one day I can get back to it. You're in like 6 campaigns. Hang in there. Don't wear yourself out. Although, if, like, one of them meets, like, once a month, then, I mean, that's fine. But, yeah. What was I saying? Right. Yeah, so I'm really excited to meet the Sherlock Holmes references. I'm curious to see who's going to be there. Okay, so let's see. Maybe... Okay, so who are some of the important characters in Sherlock Holmes? Watson is one. I'm thinking of let me look up there were a lot of books. Watson was one. It's been so long since I've read Sherlock Holmes. God dang it! Herlock is the other character. Oh no! Then he's either evil or stupid. We don't simp for smart people on this channel. Sherlock Holmes books. Okay, so there might be, what is it? The Three Garradebs is a very famous, I think it was the last Sherlock Holmes. What was the Three Garradebs? No, of course not. The Three Garradebs. No, I wasn't even close. No, but it was in the last volume. Okay. The Three Garradebs, maybe. What else? I don't know why I know. The Three Garradebs seems to be like an important one. Like a lot of people really like that one. Who else? What is it? Important characters in Sherlock Holmes. Watson. List of Sherlock. No, not Sherlock. Sherlock is a web series starring Benedict Cumberbatch. Let me see. Characters. Watson. Maybe any of Holmes's relatives, maybe. Who else was relevant? I'm looking at the list of characters. I'm trying to figure out the important ones. I wonder where Herlock gets his name. Well, gee. Okay. Oh. I think, what is it?
me think. This guy, right? What's his name?
Yeah, this guy appeared in a lot of them.
Right.
Inspector Lestrade, maybe? Any Sherlock enjoyers? You recommend the Sherlock and Company podcast? You know, I'm actually planning to watch Sherlock as further study for my British accent. So, do you recommend it? Because if you do, then I will absolutely watch it. Let's see what else. I mean, I might actually be spoiling myself just by looking up Sherlock Holmes characters. Who else? So, Inspector Lestrade is definitely an important character. He appears in a lot of different of the books. You like the Sherlock & Co. podcast. I see. Let's see. Maybe Watson will be married. I know that Watson has a wife, I think. I'm thinking there were a few different detectives that Sherlock Holmes works with, right? Let me see. All right, who were the detectives of Scotland Yard? Characters. Is that there one or more characters? I mean, yeah, okay, so I know, what is it? Lestrade works for Scotland Yard. What about inspectors? Oh, there we go. Okay, so I have a big list of inspectors here. Okay. Maybe we'll get Inspector Baines? I don't even remember Inspector Baines. I have no idea. I don't even remember. I remember Inspector Bradstreet. Okay, there's Inspector Bradstreet. I think, oh, Inspector Gregson was a pretty important one. I think he appeared in a bunch of different stories. Inspector Hopkins. Sounds familiar. Inspector McDonald. I have no idea. Inspector Jones? Maybe? I don't know. You just remembered you have footage of the Ace Attorney Chronicles There's a musical? Yeah, but I'm really looking forward to seeing all the Sherlock Holmes references. Yeah, I think in particular I'm looking forward to meeting what is it? Here. Yeah, I'm looking forward in particular to meeting Watson and Lestrade. Those two are definitely I'm looking forward to meeting. You'll be foaming at the mouth for yeah, like Watson, how they do Watson and how they do Lestrade. Those two have to be there, right? Watson and Lestrade, they definitely are going to be there, right? Okay, so I'm looking at this one. Let's see. I'm looking at the big list of characters. There's Watson, not detective, Dr. Watson. There is, oh, Professor Moriarty. Okay, if we meet Moriarty, we know he's the killer. If we meet anyone by the name of Moriarty, it's like, it was him! It was him! That's him, officer! What's wrong with him? His name is Moriarty! Oh, that makes sense. Yeah, for those of you who don't know who Professor Moriarty is, he's like the, he's kind of like the main, I guess you could say he's the main antagonist of Sherlock Holmes. He's constantly, he's like the criminal, like a criminal genius. And Sherlock Holmes is trying to catch him. That's kind of like the main antagonist. So Professor Moriarty is definitely going to be someone I'm interested in seeing. Like, it's been a while since I've read Sherlock Holmes, so I'm trying to remember all my stuff, but I sound like an idiot because I don't remember any of it, I'm going to be honest. You're playing all the Sherlock Holmes games on Steam. Oh, are there Sherlock Holmes games? I'll have to check them out. Wait a second, this isn't Undertale. How's it going, Gaster? This is not Undertale, but welcome. Yeah, but okay, so let's see. Yeah, okay, so we know Watson. When we meet Watson, it's going to be, okay, we're going to be like, okay, that's the good guy. When we meet Inspector Lestrade, it'll be like, okay, he's like the, oh, I bet you Inspector Lestrade is going to be our gumshoe. Maybe? Maybe? Okay, so Inspector Lestrade is probably going to be our gumshoe. And then we have, what is it? And I bet you the last case of this game is going to be Moriarty. Okay, so I'm making a prediction right now. All right, predictions. Predictions right now. Okay. Inspector Lestrade is going to be a rough and tumble East End London detective. Like, hey, oi, Sherlock Holmes, oi, bloody wanker, get over here. Okay, we're going to have Watson, who's Watterson. Oh, wait, what is Inspector Lestrade's name? Lestrade. Inspector Lestrade. Okay. He's an East End rough detective. Oi, you get over here, Sherlock Holmes. Oi. As you guys can tell, I cannot do the East End accent. We got Watterson, who will be just is he going to be a doctor? No, he's going to be a dentist. And Professor Moriarty, who was a professor of mathematics. Professor Moriarty is going to be an angry graduate student. God damn it, why won't my professor let me graduate? Yeah, but I'm super excited. I don't know, I really don't remember much about Sherlock Holmes, but for some reason it's making me all excited to meet the Sherlock Holmes characters. Also, I want to see, I was about to look up what Giselle Brett's reference is, but I realized that might lead me to spoilers. Yeah, so I'm not going to. I'll look it up next time. How am I doing? I'm doing well. We were playing some Phoenix Wright today. Yes, let me know next time. Not this time, though. Oh, today's Tuesday. You mentioned it earlier? I mean, if you could tell me what the reference is, what the character's reference is. Like, I don't mind if you tell me what the character's reference is, but just don't tell me how it affects the game or something. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to next time. How are you guys doing, by the way? You'll just mention it? Yeah, no worries. How are you guys doing, by the way? Dre, I'm doing great. I mean, it's always nice to get back to a series that we haven't spent a while on. And then hopefully, what counts as... Not sure what counts as a spoiler. You know, I used to be very strict on spoilers because I thought it ruined the fun for, like, everyone. But I realized that with games that are older, I mean, this game isn't that old, but with games that are, you know, a little bit older, I realized that that type of thing is inevitable. So just, you know, just be careful. That's all I have to say. Going back home for the summer. Oh, hey, yeah, some of you guys are on summer break. Congratulations on enjoying your time back at home. And congratulations on a year well done. I don't get summer break. Glad to hear I'm doing good. Thank you. Yeah, I'm glad to be doing good, to be honest. I have been running around a lot. I've been working on marketing, actually. I've been working on marketing for my voiceover stuff. I have a Twitter now for voiceover. If you guys find it, please do... I mean, please feel free to follow, but please don't mention my YouTube channel because this is like private time for us. We're stuck with the Dang it! Oh, I have to deal with Rainbow all summer. No. Hope that's been going well. Yeah. Thank you so much. Totally random, Randy. But I was playing Hades the other day. And there was a song in 11.4, and I just thought of you because you comment on a lot of like weird time signatures sometimes. Hades, I am stuck with you for the whole summer. You also found... God damn it. That was very fast. And you just make puns. See, I have no choice but to be stuck with Kioma because she's my only defense currently against the bots. Really considering of making animations of streamer. Hey, you have permission to take whatever audio you need. So yeah, you absolutely. I just want to say, feel free. So you don't have to ask my permission or anything. What about Az? Az is he's I think he's doing university stuff right now. Like he's doing lots of like studying for SAT. So I don't mind him. Is he SAT or is he actually in uni? I don't remember. I don't remember where he is exactly, but I know he's doing a lot of study stuff. So I hope he's doing well. Yeah, that's why I like this channel. It's more intimate. Me too. You've been doing like stuff for college and stuff. Have you been studying for SATs? Those are the worst. I swear they make up words on the SAT. Like they freaking make up vocabulary words on the SAT. Yeah, and I'm glad you always join, Dre. Yeah, but oh, do you know what? Let's do. You know what I really want to do? You need to study for your finals this semester. Oh, are you still not done? Let me think. You're on a semester system? Shouldn't... I guess some semester systems end a little bit earlier. Quarter system ends really late. So quarter system usually ends in, like, late June. You, like, know people in the... yeah, absolutely. I like you guys actually... I know your personalities and the things you think and the things... you guys like to do and where you live and the things that make you tick and what will make you squirm and the people you care about. No. But yeah, I really do like the fact that, you know, we get to hang out with you guys and, like, you know, actually be a little bit more intimate. I'm glad that you always come here and have fun. Oh man. Your finals are this week. Best case plan, you transfer to an in-state college fall of next year. Oh, wait, best case plan is that you transfer to an in-state college. Hey, you know, I always say in-state saves you so much freaking money. Oh my freaking god. I went to an in-state college. Yeah, so hopefully you do well. Hopefully you get those transfer credits in. Hopefully you get to transfer. I have to say, you know, transferring instead of transferring, like doing like a junior college or a community college for 2 years and then transferring to a university or a larger university seems to be the way to go nowadays. Because more and more people have been so this is a little bit of academic insight for you guys, in case you guys were curious about some of this stuff, because as you guys know, I used to be part of the, like, I almost was like part of like the recruiting for universities before, and so I know all the statistics and the ins and outs if you guys care at all. But yeah, one of the things that people have noticed is that often on the first 2 years you're doing GEs. GE stands for General Educations. And your General Education writing class is going to be virtually identical whether or not you go take it in a university or a junior college. Your basic math classes, like if you are doing engineering, your calculus classes, those are going to be the same regardless of where you go. If you're doing your linear algebra classes, those are going to be the same regardless of where you go. If you're doing history classes, you know, the introductory history classes, those are going to be the same regardless. So more and more people are doing a 2-year and then transfer style of university. And you know, that saves money, and some people might say it gives you an even better education, because I'll tell you guys the truth. Lots of universities don't care about the first 2 years or even 3 years of your undergrad. Most of the professors aren't there to necessarily teach, especially not teach undergraduates. Most of them are there to do research, and teaching is just part of their contract. So going to like a more teaching focused college or like a junior college actually has some big advantages when it comes to, you know, education and academia. So you're currently working on your associates for your IT community college. You have it maybe in 9-10. Oh, that's awesome. That's really great. Yeah, absolutely. And you know what's the nice thing about associates for an IT? I mean, I don't know very much about it, so if I say something wrong, let me know. But one thing I like about getting an associates for an IT is that it's practical. I always tell people, if you're going to go to university, make sure you have some practical use for your degree. There are too many people who take like a psychology degree, or even worse, like even if they take like an engineering degree, and they realize they don't have any use for it. And then they just don't get a job in that field. And it's like, if you don't have if you're not, you know, if you get that education and you're not going to use it, then you've kind of just wasted a lot of time. And I don't mean to put pressure on you guys. Get to learn stage combat into. Oh right, are you in theater? Are you a theater major? Stage combat's super fun. I mean, it's very physical. Stage combat's so freaking cool. What was I saying? You're an acting. That is awesome. Nice. You know, I will just say, make sure you know what to do with it. Right? Don't be, don't go into acting and then realize, well, I'm, just trying to get a job. Like, I saw, what is it? I saw some woman who said, like, oh, she has difficulty finding a job, right? And I'm not saying this specifically about you, but, like, she's having difficulty finding a job in a nice corporate position. And then people ask, what are you major? She's like, well, my major is acting and communications. It's like, well, there's your problem, right? Getting an acting degree, you're going to be pursuing those types of careers, which means you won't be getting, the more comfy 9-to-5 job. And don't let that discourage you, by the way. I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I'm saying if you enjoy it, absolutely. But, make sure you have some practical plan, because especially for the certain humanities, like, let's say, acting, arts, architecture, maybe you are a little bit more okay, but like the arts, acting, things like English or literature, that type of thing, unless you're specifically going into teaching or something like that, make sure you kind of have a good idea about what you want to do with it. But, I have quite a few theater friends who they majored in theater. I don't know if that's the same thing as majoring in acting, so I apologize if I say something wrong. But I have a friend telling you not to follow your dreams. No, I'm telling you to follow your dreams. Just do it practically. But you're focused on another job and keeping a lookout. That's good. See, I think people often, I know you're just joking, by the way, but I know people sometimes they hear me say that and they think, oh, are you telling me not to pursue what I like? No, I'm saying, no, absolutely pursue what you like, but be practical about it. Because if you're not practical about it, that's when you really can't pursue what you like. You know what I mean? Anyway, what was I saying? So theater, right. I have a few friends who majored in theater. Some of them ended up doing Broadway. Like, they are actually on Broadway, and it's like, freaking nice job. I also know some of them who are, they decided not to pursue theater, and then I don't know what happened to them, but they kind of just dropped off and disappeared. So, your goal is Broadway? Oh, work hard. Make sure you study. And when I say study, I mean, like, make sure you study other people's performances. That's something that really helped me. Don't, like, what is it? Like, more and more recently, I've been, like, studying people's, like, how people perform. Like, exactly their performances and what makes that, like, particularly interesting or good. And sometimes it's difficult, but, make sure you, focus. Learning acting is also about learning behavior. I always say, an actor is a psychologist. I always say that, right? They're not actors. I don't believe in just pure acting. I believe acting is like, it's like an actor, a good actor is actually a psychologist. That's how I believe. And then like 10% of it is actually putting that into practice. But yeah, so I think that's a great way to go about it, so, make sure you study in real life too. Like, sometimes I see why couples are yelling at each other and they're like, oh, okay, well, that's how she acts when she yells at her boyfriend. And I don't necessarily mean that in like an offensive way, but I was like, okay, that's a nice little note. We often forget what, one of the reasons why acting is so hard is because we often have an inability to access emotions when in any possible situation. So Oh yeah, Rainbow, you weren't here when I showed my animation demo. Yeah, but I have a new animation demo that what is it? But hopefully I'll play it another time for you guys. One of your assignments is to watch the conversation and analyze people. Well, maybe you can watch me, and then you could be a Manakyn impersonator. You were, yes, Kiyoma, I remember you were. I'm so glad you guys liked it, by the way. Yeah, hopefully I can play it for you guys sometime in the future. Actually, I'll tell you, Rainbow, it's very easy to be a Manakyn impersonator. Just whenever you see a girl in front of you, just go. You'll make a channel Manakyn. Yeah, just whenever you see a girl, like, they don't have to be attractive. They don't even have to be a girl. You just, anyone, literally. It's like, you can be a freaking garbage can. Like, no, like, not like a garbage can of a human. No, like a literal garbage can. And I will simp for it. And that is how you be Manakyn. That's literally it. Also, really, really creepy pickup lines. Hey, girl. Are you from Tennessee? Because I'm gonna stalk you on Twitter. Writing this down. So you will become. Are you from Mississippi? Wait, what is the what? I don't actually know that one. Because you're the only Miss I Sippy? What? Or you have like a bag. You have a bag behind your head. Hey girl, did it hurt? Did what hurt? When you were kidnapped? Oh no, Rainbow, no! No, no! No, no! That's almost as bad as, what is it? Odawa from, who's the, that's almost as bad as Big Baby from Yakuza. That's almost as bad as Big Baby from Yakuza. You're learning, oh no. You're learning too well. Speaking of Yakuza, Judgment. Judgment is also one I need to play. Apparently someone said Judgment is like a mix between Yakuza and Ace Attorney, which is really weird to me. But apparently there's like actual like detective work and lawyer work and stuff like that in Yakuza, not Yakuza, in Judgment. So yeah. But yeah. Oh man. Oh, that's a stretch. That's a good stretch. You guys stretching? You guys making sure you stretch every day? I better get going. It's Taco Tuesday. I'm gonna get so many tacos. And when I say so many, I mean 3. Because I can't eat more than 3. Those are very filling tacos. But I'm gonna get a massive horchata. I'm lactose intolerant, so that probably won't go very well. But it's too good not to pass up. What is horchata made of? Horchata. Oh, it's rice. It's a rice. Oh no, it has milk too. It's literally cinnamon, rice, and milk in a blender. You guys like horchata? I like horchata. Do you guys even know what horchata is? Like, I remember when I first discovered horchata, I was like, what the frick is this monster? And I was like, oh, this is good. because if you guys have ever been to like a freaking Mexican restaurant, like, I don't know why I have been so obsessed with Mexican food lately. It's like I blame that one food prawn stream. The food prawn stream. There were like I think there was like something there, or I don't know, but you know what? I blame you guys because I asked you guys what I should eat, and then I thought about chili rellenos. But so actually, it's just my fault. But okay, besides the point. Every Mexican restaurant, there's like a jug of agua fresca, and then there's another jug of agua fresca, and then there's another jug of agua fresca, and then there's a horchata jug, and it's like. The agua fresca is fruity and look clear and cool. And then this agua fresca is like fruity and delicious. And then it's milk. So I was afraid of the horchata for like years. Because it's like, oh, look, nice fruity drink. Nice fruity drink. Milk. It's like, you can't see through it. So it looks dirty and gross. You know, the agua frescas are usually clear, right? So not clear, but translucent. So you can see through it, right? It looks clear and nice and fresh. That's why it's called agua fresca. But then you have the horchata jug, which is just like this giant. I don't know how to describe this. Do I sound insane? It's like everything is nice and clear and like see-through and then interesting and then it's like this white cloudy monstrosity. And I was afraid of horchata for like 6 billion years. I am an old man. But yes. Oh, so when I first tried horchata, I was like, I have been missing out. I need to eat more things that I'm afraid of. Anyway, enough talking about food. I am now sufficiently hungry. So thanks so much for hanging out with me. See you guys tomorrow. We will meet Jezail Brett. We will meet, hopefully, Sherlock Holmes and Watson and Professor Moriarty. And yeah. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. You have any questions for me? I will see you all next time.